Swords and shields clanging in rhythm, hearts of steel, yet minds in schism. The wondrous company, we roam through the night, adventurers of antiquity, chasing the light against the odds and
Who's pushing a tiny stroller across the ceramic floor? Jesus Christ.
That's a dog.
Is that a dog?
Well, a very disconcerted dog.
Oh, God. Oh,
Rat
God.
dog.
A little puppet on a tricycle somewhere on ceramic floor. Last we left off, Wondrous Company had made their way over and across the Mediterranean, having established a nice little safe haven for the Amazons in Greece and done some R&R. Traveling across the Mediterranean with a quick bounce in Cyprus before landing on the coast of Syria at a small little French-Syrian air station. The party had thankfully had their pilots make a small arrangement for them for some of the French military staff to at least get them to the docks so that they can acquire additional transport down the river, which they wish to follow further inland towards the state of Aleppo, where they believe...
Up the river, not down the river.
Technically, it goes east, then north, and east again, but east. Make their way up and east along the river to the state of Aleppo, where they believe, if the records are not mistaken, way back when, after the fall of Rhodes, the Colossus was broken apart and sold for its parts and materials by Jewish merchants to various Syrian traders and entities. At the time, it would seem the Umayyad Caliphate were in power, so trying to track down records dating back that far has been an adventure so far. However, the party thankfully able to meet a specific would-be prince and centaur Cataphract, who was rather open and welcome to them, despite the attempt at what would it be? Not bribery, extortion that the French garrison had tried for. The party did manage to find some records and information that confirmed the stockpile was taken to an old unnamed fort just to the west of Aleppo. However, the best way to find that fort would be via 4 holy spots in the same area. Well, before they can get there, they needed transport, and transport would be aided to them by... Oh. Uh-oh. I think it's connection
I
time.
think something happened to his computer. Yeah, because
Yeah.
he sent a message that something happened, so.
Yeah. He'll be able to reconnect.
Nice.
Hey. The, party, after acquiring some information, have made their way to the docks, where it would seem a very perturbed dwarven ship captain, merchant captain, along with his rather large crew of kobolds, gnolls, and other species of sorts, seem to be taking a disliking towards our party for an unknown reason, for the
Racist.
most part. Possibly. And last we left off, some words were exchanged, and the party was ready to begin throwing down, I think as Leroy put it, with the Kobold pirate crew, or should I say merchant crew, where I will now take and move our map back on over to it. And we will resume where we left off. The only roll we also need is Hachu. We will need an initiative roll from you, sir.
Gotcha.
As we move on into
Oh, that's 20 for the pass.
Oh!
fucking...
Nice.
Alright, let's go. As we move back into our combat, fucking Hachu way up there at the tip top.
Don't damage anything with your black holes. Oh, yeah, to remind you, DM.
Carried away.
To remind you, DM, I'm in cover from everything that's on the docks, but not on the road.
I recall. Alright, let me open up my stats, make sure I get the crack pistol damage. Another small fun sort of note is half of these beings seem to be carrying weapons of conventional source, whether it be an old Lewis gun, single and double barrel breakdown shotguns, a handful of Thompsons. However, many of the kobolds seem to be carrying what looks like a very small chopped down blunderbuss that doesn't seem to function by normal machinery. It's very obvious a kobold make. But top of the turn order, Peter and Torin have run forward and taken half cover from those down on the dock. Leroy and Nikos are stacking in the back, and Hachu, you're over here towards the open as we kick off combat.
Alright, what? Whoop, 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 whoop.
Slithering on over towards hardcover.
Okay. I forgot the ping button, but
Hold down, left click.
I really do not want to kill these people.
It certainly seems like they want to kill us.
I will avoid that if I can.
I mean, if we gotta kill him, we gotta kill him. I just don't want to.
Maybe if we kill the dwarf, the rest will give up.
I think I'll try something.
Sounds like it might work.
What
I
you got, Hachu?
options.
Yeah.
Options, that's what I have.
Options. Just flipping through this spell book. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
I'm gonna use Cause Fear on this one to back.
The one in the armor?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Click the spell for me. Let me make that roll.
You can just cause fear. What a...
Yeah. He's got some neat spells.
He jumps over the wall, sticks his fingers in his ears, and goes boogity 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 boogity.
Your way gonna send some mortality and one creature you can see within range. A construct or an undead is immune. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or become frightened of you until the spell ends. The frightened target can repeat the saving throw at the end of each turn. Yeah, when they're scared, if I'm not mistaken, they can only move away from that which they are scared of, and they cannot attack it. So, wisdom saving throw gotta be at 15? Oh no.
That's right, jump in the river, motherfucker.
Come on, Hachu, give us a boogity boogity boogity.
Hachu raises up, and while he seems to be just doing his snake waggle, this, what seems to be Tortle, as the large shell evident on their back and the layers of sort of Spanish and conquistador plate armor that they seem to be wearing, looks up from the edge of their shield. Their eyes go wide for a half second, but then start to squint once again as the corporeal image that was planted in their mind behind Hachu, you get the notion it fades away as the spell wisps past. It might be really hard to scare this Tortle, because as his wisdom is very high, considering he is very, very old, he's a little bit dense. That's how I'm going to consider that nat 20, as he shakes off the fear.
For just
Well,
a
I'm gonna
moment,
shoot him then.
he remembered that turtles are eaten by snakes.
Gonna raise up, take an offhand attack with the high power. Pew!
No.
That definitely doesn't hit as he raises his shield up and the round just pink, flicks off and lands in the water. Anything else, Mr. Hachu?
That's it.
Alrighty. We now get to the merchant captain. He's gonna raise his cane upwards. He's gonna give a twirl, and point it out and yell out something in Dwarvish. I don't believe any of you have Dwarvish as a second language, or even a third.
Nope.
Nope.
Nice. He yells out something in Dwarvish as all the kobolds give sort of a nod in understanding, and you can see a sort of aura kind of glow and emanate specifically off the two gnolls on the ship and on the turtle behind him as he traverses back and takes half cover behind the cog, kind of having the turtle securely protect him. Torin, you are up.
Alright, this is gonna be interesting. Torin is sighted in the dwarf captain.
All right.
He's just gonna call out to be like, Captain,
Aye.
no!
What do you mean,
I don't-
no?
I don't want to do this. I will kill you.
I don't either, but the gold says otherwise.
Torin's gonna hold his action on either an attack against him in his general direction or the captain's next attempt at an attack anywhere.
All right, holding your action.
And
Now, when you hold action, it has to be held for something to spring it, or are you just passing your action?
holding it like if the captain goes to attack or if anyone shoots at Torin or in that
You'll respond
near
to that
post.
attack. Okay,
Yes.
that works. As we'll bounce on over towards Tortle, who is going to take a slight structuring step and is going to use Fortify to bump his AC up a bit higher. If it will work. There we go. And he will hold his position. Peter!
Do grenades have any knockback damage?
Not knockback, but they do have a lot of shrapnel and spalding. Unfortunately, they don't blow up enough to throw people through the air. Although, if it's a large enough detonation, you could make the argument that the kobolds would have to make a save or be pushed 5 feet. But if it's a basic hand grenade, unfortunately, they won't be Power Rangers tossed. But if it was, say, a stick of dynamite or a gammon bomb or satchel charge, oh yeah, then they'd have to. Or a magical spell with a rather large concussion.
That doesn't do what I want then. Have they actually shot at us yet?
They haven't had the chance to. It's only been like 3 seconds technically.
Torin is specifically mad dogging the captain, waiting for that first shot at them.
This one has a Lewis gun, doesn't he?
The one at the end of the street does indeed have a Lewis gun. The others have crack pistols, knives, or what seems to be single and double barrel breakdown shotguns, at least of the kobolds.
Oh, well, in that case, I don't think I can afford to take the moral high ground because the Lewis gun opening up on us in Falad like that is too big of a danger, so I'm going to start shooting at him.
Gotcha. Congratulations, smart guy. You get the Lewis gun. Oh. You fire a burst with the
13.
Thompson, it's going to connect. Give me damage. Fuck. Yeah, you put a nice solid burst into him. Just ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. But he is still
Nope.
standing, although very hurt.
Bonus action.
Offhand burst. Send it. That will meet. It will do half damage. Give me damage.
7.
Ooh.
Same damage roll again?
That will do him in as the second burst manages to catch him and drops him.
It's not too
Alright.
late for us all to live.
I would have restocked in the plane, so I'm back up to 60 and 9 or 50 and 90, aren't I?
Yep. Oh man. Wait, I stand
what, 6 round burst?
corrected. What is your modifier?
3.
That'll be -3 from that 12, as it's an offhand attack. That will not hit. I
Takes you
stand
backsies.
corrected. Takesy backsies. That burst will miss, as it will
He
sail
just
past him and hit the
reassembles
wall.
himself.
he stands back up. Ha! Nah,
This is
takesy
chess rolls.
backsies.
You can take backsy as long as your finger's still in the piece.
Yep. The finger's still on the piece. We haven't moved to the next turn, so that is a takesy backsy. That bonus offhand burst will not connect. I forgot. You gotta subtract your proficiency from the offhand attack, unless you have something that states otherwise.
Well, now we know the Kobold's AC is 13.
Debatable.
Truly, we are gathering information.
What else you got, Peter, or is that all for this turn?
That's it. Well, I don't know. Actually, Thorin, do you have any grenades?
Huh?
Is that a yes or a no?
Yes.
Never mind then.
Wait, well, never mind. What?
Well, I have one, and I can't throw it very far.
Oh yes,
Since
right.
I
I
don't-
took one more point in strength than you.
Yeah.
Did you not play baseball when you were in school?
No, I rode horses.
They wouldn't let Torin play baseball. He got too competitive.
It's really only you
I was
Americans that have
segregated.
the obsession with that game, not us.
I don't understand why I can't take the bat with me.
Yeah, apparently snake people don't make good batsmen.
Oof.
Just you let him
bet it's
play once
because-
and he kneecapped the fucking first baseman with the bat and they didn't let him play again.
Actually, the reason you're not a good batsman is because you don't have wings.
I think it's because he's so long. You know, you have to be off home plate before you can touch first.
Torn doing a small little league game. He gets kicked out in the first game because he's in the outfield. Every time he gets the ball, he just holds on to it.
No, he would be way too competitive.
Just flicks the bat at the first baseman as he approaches. Fuck you!
Turns out there's a rule against carrying the bat in your teeth.
Or the first baseman's shin.
Little League Torrent did not understand why this was not socially acceptable.
Not at all, no.
You can't backhand the Empire with the butt of the bat. That's not okay.
I've seen the pros do it at whatever the field was in Boston.
God. Alright, moving on to the next turn. Knowles. This one's going to raise up from its heightened position, while this
Don't
one's
do
up
it.
on the front of the ship. And the two of
Don't do
them
it.
are going to use their captain's bonus, as both of them give a little more of a wicked, less obedient, and more just, yay, we finally get to be the enforcers that you get the impression they are of this crew. As both are going to action surge, and both are going to fire a pair of Thompson bursts at both Leroy and at Nikos.
Well,
All right.
Let's see. What's the angle on that? Let's see.
That is
Uh,
going to trigger Torin's response. when that
directly
time
from.
comes.
All right.
Direct in front. This fella right here, right?
Nope. Is these guys on the ship?
These.
The two Knolls on the ship with the drum-fed Thompsons.
Considering I fired a gun to start off this, this shindig, technically Skulker matters, doesn't it?
It would. However, you are just kind of standing out in the open on the steps.
No, I'm behind Nikos. That's cover.
From the Lewis gun, not from the two that are on a higher position than you by
He's
about
half
8 feet.
behind the wall. That's half cover.
They're at a higher. They're on top of a boat. They can see.
Yeah,
you.
look at,
I'm
no,
behind
no, no, no,
Nico's.
no, 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 no. I'm
They
gonna argue
can't
this.
see
I'm gonna
you
argue
two.
this.
They can't
Hang on.
see those two. That's a
No, 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 no.
20-foot wide path.
Hang on. Yeah, it is a
Algebra.
20-foot wide path. But look at these stairs here and this down here. The water is significantly lower than it is. I need to switch to this. These stairs here show that the water down here is significantly lower than up here. So at best, this boat is only at the same height as this up here, because you would expect this to be at the height of the average boat. So
Yep.
even though they're on the pilot house, it's probably only about as tall as the actual shore.
You know,
Many such cases.
that does track. I was imagining it was only about 10 feet below, but you do make
I'm
a good
behind
argument
Nico.
for it.
Nico's
that's
has
a
a
good,
shield.
compelling-
I'm in cover.
That is a good compelling argument.
At worst case, he's got half cover from this half wall.
You know, if they can't see them, they're gonna shoot at the guys that are at the wall. What little tiny bit of view they can see.
I never said they couldn't. I said he's got
One's
half
gonna action surge both bursts at
All right.
Torin, and the other one's gonna action surge both bursts at Peter. Since they
right.
can't see the other two in the back because they're not tall enough.
My stance are big.
How much AC does half cover add?
The hardcover that you guys are behind is a whopping, let me double check my cover rules, however that should be. Combat, light, medium, so let's see, just want to double check. Cover of half or 3/4, including bushes to obscure line of sight or breaking up the target, accounts for a +1. If it is soft cover, it is +2. If it is hard cover, such as sandbags, pillboxes, and hardened
wall.
walls, it is +3 to AC. So
Oh,
in your hardened position, that is a +3.
yeah, they're not hitting me.
Don't say that. They're gonna hit you now.
Alright,
I can't wait to hear Nox go nat 20.
The first two bursts on Peter. That is a 21 and a 16.
21 hits, 16 doesn't.
Alright. Let me do some machine gun damage. So one of those hits, that is 4d4.
We just click the Thompson again.
Oof.
Oof.
That is 12 piercing. His action surge as he will fire 2 more bursts. That is a 17 and another 21.
21 hits.
That is another burst from the Thompson for 9 piercing. And then offhand bonus action burst, just cuz. That is only a 14. That will miss.
This is what it feels like to be on the other end of a less accurate Tauren.
The other Null gonna fire his 2 bursts at Torin. That's a 16 and a nat 20.
Well, the nat 20 beats the 21 AC, even though nat. So okay, yeah.
I told you he was
So,
gonna roll nat
We
20.
will double the 4d4. That is 24 for that burst.
Sorry about that.
The action surge. That's a 13 and a 16, and the bonus action burst as well. That is cocked. That's only a 12. So,
Yeah, you're cocked. That matches.
5 times 6, so that's about 60 rounds spray the 5 to 10 feet of brick wall in front of the two of you as it's chipping away at it. 2 Thompsons just like Tommy gun style bursting at you with a solid, almost full mag dump. Both of you
It's like in
taking
those
pretty good
gangster movies.
damage. As one will duck back down into its half cover, while the other one will begin moving, run over here. We'll make a acrobatics roll.
He's so funny. if he
Pass
fell in
with
the water.
flying colors. Land
Aw.
and continue running and take kneeling cover right there. Now get to. Oh, you had your turn held, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
What do you got?
Captain's gonna get shot at.
All right. Take your attack at the captain.
Action. Torin was posted up, but I assume he's now got a couple of bullet holes in his shoulder and something. So,
A few.
do I have advantage on this shot? He has just been sighting the captain in since it started.
You won't have advantage, but I will say you can negate the half cover that he's taking because you have just been kind of like hard sighting on him as best you can despite taking fire.
All right.
So I'll say the cover he gains from the big old spool is negated.
Does the 20 hit?
Whew, that 20 will hit.
23 damage.
Okay. I can't math. Yes, I can. Yeah, a solid burst from the bar just rips into his back as he kind of stumbles forward and puts his shoulder up against the spool, yelling out for a moment as the turtle kind of tucks a little bit closer to him, raising his shield up.
Captain! You can survive this!
He tries to tuck a bit more into cover, cursing out, holding his shoulder as he nudges the turtle, and the turtle gives a nod as it looks forward with a bit of determination in its face.
You'll die before them!
He seems to be staying in cover.
No, yeah, that's it. Torrent's just yelling this and while sinking back in pain because ow.
Alright, all the kobolds with knives. Let's see, is that all knife kobolds? Let me double check. Did I add all the kobolds? Nope, I did half and half. Okay. So this guy, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. This guy's also going to run 60, and he's going to leap off and run 60. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Shotgunner. Another Lewis gun is going to run up and drop down onto his belly here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. This Lewis gunner is going to quickly run and take cover behind the cart. Shotgunner are both going to run up. This one's going to move to here. This one's going to move to here. These two are going to start making their way over towards the landing as well, as they all go skittering off and along. All right, the two with the shotguns are gonna look at you, Nikos, and both of them are gonna fire their single shotgun shell out of their breakdown shotgun at you.
All right.
First one's a 7.
No.
Second one's a 19.
No. Also,
Oh.
Oh.
Leroy,
No
if
to a
you would
19?
please.
Who the what?
Huh?
Leroy's not used to this.
You missed an attack on me, my guy. You know what that means.
Ah, Leroy gets to retaliate.
Yeah,
It's usually Torrin doing that.
I know.
Is this the part where Nikos throws me at them, or do I shoot over his shoulder?
You shoot over my shoulder.
The two kobolds to the front both missed as the buckshot just scatters and bounces over the front of the shield as he tucks down and kind of lowers his shoulder, notioning for you to retaliate with a shot towards each of them.
I got this maniacal glint in my eye and a smirk under my mustache, and instead of shooting over his shoulder, I duck under his arm, peek around the shield, pop off, since I still have my pistol out.
Alrighty. Make sure you subtract the ammo as you fire these two shots.
Yep. Or am I just doing damage, or am I,
You're firing. You
No, you still
gotta
need to
see
roll.
if you can
Okay.
hit. Oh, fuck. Yeah, both of those hit.
Oh shit!
Nice.
6 and 10.
Nice damage on both. Okay.
Nice.
Both of them run
know,
up,
it's not
and
nice.
both of them fire a single shell of buckshot that scatters over the front of the shield, and both of them clang off, adding more additional dents to his already battle-hardened shield. Both of them break their barrels down at the same time, pull the shell out, and as they're about to slot the next shell in, just a quick little hammer pair from a pistol, just bang bang, catches both of them in the midsection as they kind of stagger back a bit in shock.
There's more where that comes from, chuckle fucks.
This guy will fire his crack pistol at Pyotr with I can't see what.
Am I
that
getting
is.
cover from him or no?
No. That is a.
Oh no, that line crosses the wall.
Well, he's firing over the edge of the wall. You are tucked up against it. Sure, I'll allow it. They're not directly flanking it, so That's still an 18.
If I have the cover from the wall, that does not hit.
Yeah, we'll allow the cover from the wall, since it is at a forward angle instead of directly parallel with you. I could just have him move 5 more feet, but I already had him move, so... Alright, yeah. It'll bounce off the top of the wall edge next to you, and you'll kind of duck down as you hear what sounds distinctly like a very crude flintlock going off. The other one over here, however, will also do the same as he'll fire a shot at you. That's a 19 to hit.
That hits.
Crack pistol. Bang. Does a whopping 4 damage as a low velocity 40 caliber round just kind of catches you in the side. And the new Lewis Gunner, now laying down effectively, will aim forward. And all the kobolds are in the way. He's gonna hold his fire because his friends are stupid. And the red kobolds are good. Back to the gnolls.
Hey, they get 2 movements?
Let's see, no. Why did I stat? Oh, I think I see what I did wrong. The gnolls are supposed to move in 1 turn together. So let me remove that one entirely. I believe I
I was
double
gonna say, wait a minute.
turned them. That is incorrect. Nikos, it is your
Oh, it's
turn.
got to be real salty.
My turn.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
They get 2 turns per turn order.
Revolt.
I'm gonna huck my
That's a clever
spear
idea
at
for a boss, though.
that Lewis Gunner there.
You're gonna javelin throw the. Alright.
Yeah. Because even if he can't use his gun now, he's still a big problem that should be dealt with.
Alright. Make me a spear throw. Yeah, that'll
Shotgun
hit.
Kobold is just like,
Just a spear flying clean over his head. Ow. Okay. Yeah, well,
And
laying
we know
there,
how this
spear
one
just
goes.
lands in his back before it yoinks back out, and you throw it again. You catch him again. Ah. As he's laying there with now 2 spear holes in his back, the spear's still like wobbling side to side near the base of his tail. He's just kind of squirming.
That's all.
Alrighty. Leroy. The man, the myth, the quick hand. The fastest
with the
melting
sword.
butter in the Mediterranean.
Man with a short fuse for bullshit. Is it going to cost me an action to holster the pistol?
To holster it, no. To holster it and take out another weapon, yes. Unless, of course, you have any feature or trait that allows you to swap weapons without it being
I
a
do
issue.
not. So
Gotcha.
that'll cost me an action. I'm holstering the pistol, unshouldering the rifle, and going prone behind Nikos
Ooh, okay.
for added stability.
Sounds
I mean,
good.
the alternative would be to put, the rest of the rifle over his shoulder, but I don't think neither his ears would appreciate that, nor would that be a stable position. 'cause he's
Yeah, don't
probably
give me tinnitus, please.
It won't be stable, however, he has had entire mags of bar go off in the same fashion.
oh,
Yeah,
he's got
Between his
that
legs
tinnitus.
before, though.
I would totally do it. I would totally rest it on Torrent's head, but Nikos is another matter. Nikos can skewer with me.
Aw. Alright, you holster your pistol, unsling your rifle, drop down, get to a nice prone position while Nikos is taking kind of a low shielded guard. You do still have your bonus action if you wish to use it.
Yep, bonus action, and the extra attack counts on a bonus, correct?
The 2 attacks does not, however, the offhand attack you can make.
Offhand attack, you can't make.
Yeah.
Okay.
Primary attacks and repertory shots are only an action-based thing. However, if you want to use your bonus action to fire, you just subtract the proficiency from it.
No, I'm gonna try intimidation instead.
Oh. Who you intimidating?
They're frontline. These fuckers had already
How?
got popped. I'm just gonna holler at him. Hey, I'll just put 2 rounds into you, quick as you please. Your cover fire has failed you, and I've now got a long gun with a big ass magazine. If you really want to test me, you stay right there. Or you could run. I won't shoot you in the back. Even though I've done that before.
Roll. It's a 19 and a 15 without modifiers as the two of them look to each other, look back over their shoulders, seeing their tirade of brethren coming up the staircase, look back to each other as you get two simultaneous locks of the barrels as they lock in the next shell into their shotguns and look back at you.
You're too stupid to understand you, Leroy.
They're your brothers, aren't they? You'd think they would understand.
We're like bastard cousins.
You know, there's
I like
bloodthirsty
to tell
as you
Sheens
are.
with
I have
me.
to respect that.
If you want to, make me a perception roll, Torn.
Oh, okay. 14.
Fairly obvious by the larger amount of visible scales, the slightly more aggressive horns. These are likely lower down the line second wave kobolds, if anything. Not quite as sophisticated and smooth.
Yeah, I figured as much.
As we round back around the top of the turn order, Hachu, who's currently taking cover behind a
Okay.
cog and a big old thing of rope.
Well.
Alright, now you
many
can kill him.
options. Okay.
What? How'd you kill? Kill Hachu.
Oh my god.
It's like Harry Potter.
Hey, I saw myself in that circle.
It's like, wait a minute.
I hear Torrent say kill, and I'm just hearing
Don't
Voldemort going,
damage the
Nagini,
don't damage
kill."
the dog. Don't
There's
damage
so
the
many things
ducks.
I could use, you know, just options.
I need you to explain your actions, sir.
Oh, you'll see the action.
Oh no.
And I'm suddenly wishing I had cover.
You are the cover.
Yeah, I know, but when Hachu gets going, I want it too.
Ah, that tracks.
That wasn't me.
That was Monty.
The problem is the level spells I want to use it will damage the dock completely. So
I
We don't need
mean,
it that bad, do we?
it's kind of dilapidated and a little old. I mean, if you want to, you can.
Kobolds are notoriously bad swimmers.
well, it's- so how wide is the dimension door?
I believe Dimension Door is around you, and it can include a certain amount of people and objects with it, but it's not quite as large. It's yeah, maybe 15 feet at most.
Does it have to start around him, or can it start anywhere?
It has to start around
Can
him
put it
as
in-
he's the
well-
main thing being transported.
Okay.
Fireball at 6th level.
Well, I won't have fireball. I have wall of fire.
Sir, I need you to stop perusing your library of spells via the Dewey Decimal and just pick one.
If he used the Dewey Decimal, it would be a lot quicker. Problem is, he has them kind of ramshackle in there.
Oh.
it's gonna be Wheel of Fortune in a second. We're gonna spin the fucking wheel.
Spin the wheel. That's a chaos wizard. That's a whole different class.
We're about to get overrun by halflings.
It's
Demonic
literally
horn.
So I'm a
demonic
put a
horn.
gravity
Tauren
sinkhole
half
right there on
brother.
top of
Hang
that
on,
house.
hang on. I'm in that fucking circle.
It's all right, Peter. We'll raise you.
You'll be all right. Maybe
What's he doing?
something
I'm
with
There we go.
a
That'll have the desired effect.
20-foot radius. All of them from that
Yep.
guy down to those. What are you casting that is covering that area?
thought it
Oh,
was pretty obvious.
fuck. Each creature was a con saving throw. Okay. Let's do some con saves. That's a nat 1. That's not... Alright. These poor kobolds, man. Why do I gotta beat a 15? Why do I gotta beat a 15? I feel like I need to take a picture of this. That is 4 8s. God, okay. Well, fun news. The only one that doesn't get sucked in is Lucky Shotgunner here. Where was the origin point? Right there. Alright.
The wagon of death. Tauren is not looking. He hears what's happening. He's not looking.
You hear that slow groaning,
God,
and
it's
then just
desert
a
again.
thunderous crack in space and time that sounds like you're getting clapped in the ears as everybody within that bubble, except for one that digs his claws into the stonework under his feet, all of them get yoinked with a loud kind of kobold-like just yelp. And you get a nice, rapid slurp. Might as well roll me 5d10 just cause, but none of them have over
Gotcha.
20 health, but might as well, just in case. Maybe they're lucky.
Maybe you roll 5 ones.
Oh, that'd
No,
be
That's
hilarious.
an
You don't
entirely
have to
real
die.
possibility for me, if I'm being honest. Oh, about that.
Oh.
Good job, aren't you?
Well, you said go. Yeah, I can kill him, so.
You'll still have time to surrender.
Give me,
Some of you-
roll me a d4, Hachu.
I can roll a d4 in real life, I mean.
Oh yeah, I gave you those dice. Nah, put it in game.
Okay.
You can see it.
Alright, roll me a d6 real quick.
Don't know what that means.
Hey, okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. It's about 50 away and to the south. This dilapidated building that you originally passed by, you get the notion that the exit Sabo round hole that the black hole decides to dump everything it sucked into opens up on the other side of one of the doors inside that house down, or building rather, down to the south. As the door buckles a little bit and you hear some yelling and the exit hole, that black hole, just dump out about 11 kobolds worth of mush. You have successfully painted a room in kobold, unfortunately. What else you want to do, Hachi?
I see that one guy left standing there, and I shoot
Pop
him.
him!
I can just see him summoning the power of the black hole, clenches his fists as they all get sucked in. That one grapples to the ground, the black hole in, steadies itself. He looks at Hachu, and Hachu just has a look of pity holding the pistol on.
Yeah, roll me offhand high power.
That'll hit.
The pettiness overfloweth. -3 from that is an offhand. That is a 10. That does not hit, unfortunately. As you go to fire, and he
that
kind
was
of
funny.
like side staggers, like. He's a bit terrified.
You should
Just
run.
throwing it at him.
Alright, as we pan over to Dwarven would-be captain, he raises up, seeing that, kind of rubs the side of his head and straightens his helmet back on his head. As he casts his hand upwards and smacks it down flat on the spool in front of him, the wooden spool. I need a dexterity save from Peter and Torn.
Ooh. Oh. Okay.
Ooh. You can roll me a dex save, Peter, not dex.
Good. Well, I mean, it's the same, so.
Oh, it's the same? Okay. 11 and 7 it is then. Una momento, por favor. Both of you are going to take 6 bludgeoning, as Peter, you are thrown 5 feet, landing on your side, and Torn, you're thrown the other 5 feet, landing over there. As a large chunk of earth and pillar and dirt pops up where you guys were taking cover, launching you back a few feet.
That hurt. That really hurt.
He will then move to a more advantageous covered position over here next to the knoll. Torn, you're up. You just got gravestoned in the face.
Torrin's gonna drag himself back up, haul himself back up on the wall, post his rifle on it, support it, and he's gonna shout to the captain.
Captain, who do I shoot next?
He raises up and yells something at you in Dwarvish that you can probably assume is try and hit me.
Alright, he's gonna shoot the knoll next to him.
Alright. Take a shot at the knoll.
Supported? Do I have advantage or no? I don't know.
It is supported on the wall, so I'll allow advantage on this one. You are propping up against it.
Alright, we're gonna empty the rest of the magazine. Last 12 rounds in it at the knoll. Last one will be -3.
2 attacks and an offhand. Let's see.
16, 25, and a 13.
The 16 meets, the 25 hits, and the 13 will miss. So 17 and 18, 17 cut in half. That is 9. So let's subtract 9. And then minus 18 from that. Oh, you're making me math. Ow! Yeah, I think I did the math right. Yeah, he's hurting. He takes 2 nearly full bursts from the bar as it just rattles away, and he's trying to duck lower and take more cover as he's like holding onto the Thompson. You're ripping a few rounds into him. He's kind of gnarling out.
You can give up the captain and not die.
And then Torrin's gonna duck down completely behind the wall.
Alright. Now I get to Toidle. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 is going to run over to here to his max distance. Bonus action. He's going to give a nice little... is going to reappear. He is going to make 2
Oh, hello.
attacks. One at Hachu and one at Leroy. That is a 14 at Hachu and a 17 at Leroy.
How much do I get for being in cover?
I don't
I
think
can
you're
also-
in cover from him at this time.
I can use the reaction to give you a +3 to your AC.
Hang on. Oh, yeah, he's right there. Yeah, I mean, I'm laying on the ground. He's got to swing down at me.
Or like stab down at you with the kind of.
I'll fence him with my gun. I have you.
What's your
12.
What's your AC? 12 plus 3, that's 15. If you do use the reaction on it, it'll still hit him.
No, I'm just gonna make you re-roll that shit.
Fine. Fuck you. That's an 18. Ha!
God damn it. I'm saving that last one.
Alright, so Leroy's gonna take a stab, and Hachu's gonna take a stab. That is 10 for Hachu, and 7
Right.
for Leroy. As he pops between you guys, turtle shelled up and armored up, stabs Hachu in the midsection, and then kind of draws back and stabs down into Leroy before raising up his shield, kind of buckling within the middle of all of you. Peter, you're up.
After you, motherfucker.
Leroy got fucking gravestoned in the face and knocked on his side.
I'm gonna shove this fucking barrel into his mouth and pull the trigger.
What you got, Peter?
All right.
You, in fact,
for
are
my-
not a real Southern gentleman.
For my action, I'm gonna say a prayer of healing.
I was gonna say, you're probably kind of hurt.
Oh, I am fucked up.
James,
Oh.
James, for every southern
Ah, it's
gentleman,
not much.
There's one.
But everyone who's hurt gets 10 HP.
Don't forget, you get some healing off that as well.
Yes, you are right. Let me check how much extra that gives.
When you heal someone, you gain off of that as well.
James, for every proper southern gentleman, there's at least 2 or 3 that are a little unhinged.
Very true.
I can stay out of his range as I do this.
But yeah, everyone gains 10 healing.
Not carry the kobold.
I'm not gonna carry the kobold. I am gonna run past the kobold. Take cover up here, and as I run past the kobold, I'm gonna use lay on hands for 20 points on you,
Oh.
Oh,
and then I'm gonna duck down into full cover.
Alright, 20
you
more
just
points
slap-
of healing.
Can you just slap health
You
into someone?
Yeah.
You ever get mad, just fucking bitch slap them?
Heal him. Gave him
Ah,
a
thank
little
you.
bit of additional healing as a bonus action.
No, you bitch slap someone, then you bitch slap them again, but with healing.
Just that nice approving, like, large Russian
Smack,
hand on your
smack,
shoulder
smack,
for a
smack.
moment, and you just feel like 2 wounds mend. You're like, oh, nice.
Sucker
Bullet
punch
pops out of your
25
shoulder.
HP back into Leroy.
Alrighty, as we now pan to the Knolls. This one, angrily, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35.
And reminder, Torin is in full cover. He's completely behind the wall.
Yep. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30,
don't think that's gonna
35.
matter.
He's going to move to here and take cover. However, is an action. Gonna be double check. You can definitely throw that 15 feet because the strength is pretty heavy.
It's so Jover for us.
Uh-oh.
Where's the measure doodad? There's the measure doodad. I want a circle. Give me a circle. Yeah, so everybody in that gray circle, you're gonna have to make a dex save.
Can I make that deck save to try and throw it back?
Unfortunately, no.
Acrobatics to try and throw it back?
Unfortunately, no. The one way to balance grenades, I had to make it unless it lands within your 5-foot square, you can't necessarily grab it and try to yeet
Oh,
it back.
so it's not not on my square. Okay.
No, it's between you and the turtle.
Oh, he fucking grenaded his own guy.
He'll be fine.
Oops, I still fucking had advantage on. Take the 10.
Oops. Alright. 10, 13. You guys gotta beat a 14. So Peter will take half, Leroy will take half, Nikos will take full, Torn will take full. Hachu, give me a deck save. As you guys see a somewhat crude cast iron black painted grenade fly up, tumble, and roll in between the lot of you before it detonates.
Uh-oh.
Torn, I blame you for shooting the captain.
It's not just, I'm just not having a good time.
Oh no, 4 piercing. Some hot cast iron shrapnel never hurt no one, except for you and Nikos take 4, and Leroy, Peter, and Hachu take 2. Or is it just detonates? Spalds the walls, bits of metal bounce and ricochet off everything. As we now go to Cobalt Group 1. What's left of them? 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. This guy's gonna follow as well. This guy's gonna follow up as well. 15, 20, 25, 30. 25, 30. This guy is going to run over to here as these two guys run around. Alright. Shotgun blast for Torin from Cobalt on the side.
Does he have? Didn't you say he had a single barrel break action? Shouldn't he have to reload?
Bonus action reload.
Dirty.
Nice. Torn's just sitting here squirming, getting blown up. Some guy levels a fucking shotgun at him sitting against the wall.
Oh, that's only a 12 to hit, Torn.
That does not hit.
Yeah, a bunch of buckshot just shrapnels the wood up above your head as it misses and just...
I'll get you.
These two both are going to fire their crack pistols at you, Torn. It's a 15 and an 8.
They both had all misses as well.
2 more crude cobalt pistols impact to the side of you, shrapneling the wall. Second shotgunner, partially wounded.
Oh, you guys are next.
He's going to aim at you, Nikos, and fire. That's a 13. That doesn't hit. Why did I bother? The other one's going to aim
Leroy?
his crack pistol, and... Oh, shit.
Hold
yeah.
on. Leroy?
Retaliation.
You missed.
Which one missed?
This guy.
That fucker?
The goblin
He's-
kobold with the shotgun who's crouched down and trying to hit you with the single barrel breakdown.
It's not too late to ditch your captain.
They're kind of
That hit?
squinting and ready to go. Yeah, that hits. Yeah.
Jesus.
Is he dead?
Yeah, he's dead. He's got 20 health, but I'm just gonna say that one kills him. He just retaliate as the buckshot bounces off your shield, and a round replies almost instantly, catching him in the chest. The other one, though, is gonna fire his crack pistol at you, Nikos. That's a 21 to hit.
Oh, that will hit, actually.
What?
Really?
Nikos gets hit?
With a 21?
However,
Oh.
However.
What do you mean, however?
Do you want to burn that now?
What's your AC?
my AC is 20.
Oh.
But yeah, I'll let it hit. I'll
Alright.
keep my spell slots for now.
Alright. You take 2 piercing as it barely gets through your breastplate.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Yes. I'll take this hit. I'm sacrificing
Nikos,
so much of my health
what are
for
you
you
doing?
guys.
You're taking damage.
You're gonna die.
Don't let these pugs get to you.
Nikos takes a shot to the kneecap, just tips over and dies.
One hit to his
All right,
toe.
well.
Oh, my Achilles.
First off, bonus action.
He's got a hangnail that's just killing him. Alright, bonus action, recall spear as it rips out of the dead one that got pulled into the black hole.
All right. Actually, no, I'm gonna deal with this turtle here. He's the
Alright.
bigger threat.
He's up close and personal. That will not hit, as he will look to you, raise his shield up, deflect it, and even though surpassing the shield, it bounces and grazes off his breastplate.
So that's what that feels like.
You swing again, and he just blatantly parries this one with his shield once again.
And bonus action.
He will deflect that one off to the side as well with a nice little twist of his shield arm.
All right.
This guy's AC has got to be like 27.
What else you got, Nikos?
That's all. Action and
Alright.
bonus action. I'm not moving.
Leroy, you're laying down. There's a turtle next to you in conquistador armor. Nikos is swinging on him, not landing a hit, and they're replying with a lot of shots.
Turtle. It's a turtle, not a turtle.
Fuck your
Listen to
I had to
banishment.
pay attention to that. No, but that wasn't even the one I wanted to click on.
I'm gonna banish a CR1 bad guy.
CR1 with an AC over 25. Shut the fuck up.
What you got, Leroy?
No, I'm checking something.
Alright.
I've already used pocket change, so I can't use it. Yeah. Where exactly did I get stabbed?
Middle right. Middle
Under the
right side of your
shoulder.
torso, like underneath the bottom rib. Just a nice little pit.
You know, where I come from, my comrade here, Mr. Hatchie Johnson, eats y'all on the half shell, but I might have to serve you up for him right now and kind of flip over onto my back, holding the rifle, pointing it up straight toward his face.
Is that a called shot or just a flavor
Yes, sir.
check?
Called
All
shot.
right, send it.
No way that's gonna hit.
Is that the two
Extra attack
attacks?
with it.
Alright.
Yeah.
He looks to you as his snapping turtle-like jaw gives two clacks in response as you pull a hammer pair, bang bang, and he simply lowers his face down as you're pulling the trigger, as both rounds will ricochet off the top of his abnormally strong helmet and up into the air.
Can I make a called shot on the bonus action?
You can, but
It is
without the
off.
proficiency, it's going to be awful hard to hit because a called shot does add to the difficulty. But if you wish to try, you can.
I'm doing a called shot where it looks like I'm aiming for his fucking head, but I'm actually aiming for the dwarf on the dwarf captain on the dock.
You can't see him from your position.
I don't have to. I'm special.
How are you doing this?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think you can pull this one off.
It was a hope.
I mean,
There's
unless
a
you're
wall
gonna
in the
use
way.
your lucky, I'm gonna hit him and mortar around in the orbit.
Yeah, I can't. I've already used that. I
was
used that to
gonna
start the
say.
engagement.
I think you're
I'm still gonna try for his fucking face because I'm tired of him clacking at me.
all right. Make me
Well,
another
speak your language.
shot.
Speak English, motherfucker. God damn.
Roll me a d6, sir.
I hate you. No, I refuse. I'm using my other luck point.
All right, use your last luck point. Reroll. You fire, and for a half moment, it feels like the upper receiver and firing pin is about to break through the back and possibly into your face as the gun gives a slight out of focus vibration as the pin strikes the round and successfully exits out the barrel as it should. However, aimed right at his face, his snapping turtle jaw simply clamps shut as it hits the side of the beak and glances off to the side. Leaves a nice little scratch along the beak, but he just kind of grimaces at you.
I wink at him and say something to remember me by. Next time, I won't miss.
He's got very tired eyes. Hachu, top of the turn order, you are up, sir. And you just watched Leroy put out 3 rounds on him point blank, and he took them all.
So, do you remember if poison spray is a cone or not? I don't remember.
Yeah,
Poison spray is a cone. I think it's a 15-foot cone in front of you.
It almost clears.
You
You
go
could
at
adjust the angle some.
angle, you might be able to miss.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do a angle between
Okay,
friendlies.
okay. You know what? Yeah, I got you. All right, all right.
Con save, alright. Oh, he's gonna fail that one. Alright, yeah. He'll take 13 poison.
No, it won't show me the spell description.
Oh,
Is that continuing over multiple turns, or is that just for this turn?
I believe poison spray is just over 1 turn. Let's see, poison
It's
spray.
like no description underneath it. So.
Instantaneous. You extend your hand towards a creature you can see within range, and puff a noxious gas. The creature must succeed in a con save throw or take 1d12 poison damage. You get extra because you are special snack. Yeah. Yeah. You just spray some poison out. It catches him. You see it kind of start to hurt at his eyes. He kind of coughs a little bit as he just tucks himself in a bit tighter to his shell in his armored form. However, you did a good amount of poison damage to him. What else you got?
Well, I'm gonna use Spirit Shroud on myself.
Oh, okay. How does one do the diddly diddle Shroud of Spirit Doodle? Bonus action, call forth spirits of the dead, which split around you in the spell's duration. The spirits are intangible and invulnerable. Any attack you make deals 1d8 extra damage when you hit a creature within 10 feet of you. This damage is radiant, necrotic, or cold. Increase 6 damage, regain hit points equal to next turn. You can see that it starts turn within 10 feet of you, has the speed reduced by 10 feet until the start of your next turn. Okay, duly noted. Yeah, you see, possibly as a little bit of a shock to Peter, a series of kind of ethereal, greenish, voodoo, ghostly skulls and shrunken heads kind of start floating around and eventually dissipate, but you can see there's sort of traveling tails and like sort of orbital trails going around Hachu as they're kind of rotating around, passing through the torso of everybody within 10 feet of them, but only seeming to affect the turtle. As we now go down to the dwarf, who is going to move to here, going to raise his hand. He can't actually see up there anymore. And
Cat
fuck it.
coward.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He's gonna start making his way up slow and cautious like. He'll spend his action to dash. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's gonna start making his way up the staircase to the landing. Torin, we get to you, sir.
Torin still sat back against the wall, sighing. With his left hand, he's pushing up his glasses and rubbing the top of his sort of snout. And with his right hand, he throws a gammon bomb back over his shoulder.
You did. Alright.
Was it 4d4 for the gammon bomb or 5? I don't remember.
4d4. I gotta make a save.
Hit both of them, or just
that is
one
a
of 'em?
gammon bomb. It's got a 20-foot radius, so it'll hit both of those two.
Well, Torin's behind a wall.
It won't hit Torn.
Yeah,
It'll
but
hit
look at
those
this
two because
range.
they're down. Yeah, it won't hit you because it's down below you and you got a wall there. So only those two
Oh,
will
I
have to
see.
make the save.
He doesn't even know the captain's there. He just knows the
No.
null is still there.
Alright, let's roll. That's a. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, they're both gonna take full damage. Give me 44 as you
8.
lob a forbidden hacky sack over. Alright, that will hurt the null especially. And that will really hurt him as he'll take a bunch of shrapnel damage to the back. He'll kind of stagger forward as this little impact grenade hacky sack limply flies over, twirls, and as it impacts the wood, it makes a nice little hole in the walkway, blowing some of the wood down into the water, some of the shrapnel bouncing around, the null getting kicked to the side, and the captain getting shrapneled in the back by forbidden hacky sack.
Hey, he threw one. Torn's drawing one back. And then with the offhand, he's just gonna whip out his pistol and plant around into the back of this turtle thing.
Alright. You aim your pistol to do a quick little offhand, and you'll fire at the turtle.
Hey, you're the grown amphibian.
You get the very slight rotation of the conquistador helmet as if he hears you. As you fire the little bitty, actually not little bitty, you fire the mouse around, and it just grazes off of his shell and impacts into the stone.
Oh, that's not gonna buff out.
Petty.
He's trying to get his attention.
Might be kind of hard to break his attention.
Can I roll for that?
Uh,
With those sassy ass comments and calling him an amphibian, which he isn't. He is a reptile.
give me intimidation. We'll see if you can be loud enough to get his attention towards you.
15.
Yeah. You got his attention as you can see the edge of his snapping turtle-like beak and one of his really tired kind of eyes look over towards you, over his shoulder.
Torn's just sitting there against the wall, like with his fucking forearms on his knees with a pistol in one hand.
Funny enough, we get to the turtle's turn. He is going to do a offhand, or bonus action rather, melee attack on you, Leroy. Does a 21 hit?
21 hit. There's a 21 hit, he says.
Does it?
Yeah. What do you think?
I just
I
got
have
a
a
You sound
double
so
check.
patronizing when you say it.
I got a double check.
Hey,
Make
Leroy,
sure.
there's a 21 hit.
I don't know if
He has the
Nikos wants to
15 hit.
counter it, or if
Everything
you
hits
got
me.
a
I'll try.
reaction, or you know.
It's not going to matter. His regular AC is 12.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So yeah, you'll take a kick. That'll be that'll be 6 bludgeoning as he will give a nice kind of side kick into your side where you got stabbed, as he'll push away from you,
Oh,
make his way over to Torin.
Provoking attacks of opportunity.
I'm gonna
Nikos,
serve you up with lemon and pepper, you fucking amphibian.
Nikos and Leroy, you both get an attack of opportunity as he leaves your immediate range. The 17 will, as you stab the spear outwards, will just glance off of his shell as the rifle from your prone position. You'll raise it up and fire, and it will ricochet off his shell off into the distance as he'll approach you, Torn. And he's going to
you're
make
rather
2
large.
attacks at you. As you realize, fully standing up, he is... top of his shell is about 6.5 feet tall. He's not going to hit you with the weapon, though. He's going to make 2 shield bashes at you. That's a 15 and a 14.
They both miss. I'm gonna roll a d20. I am against a wall.
Okay. Using the against the wall blocking.
I'm not going to be able to retaliate. Okay.
You won't be able to retaliate, however, you kind of duck your head to the side as he kind of thrusts the shield outwards and impacts it against the wall, raises it up, and tries to bring it down in a hammer fist against you as you kind of slink to
Oh,
the
wait.
other side and
Can I
dodge
roll
it.
on the second one? I thought
Does
I
it say
did.
per attack or is it as a reaction?
I believe it's a reaction. Let me see.
If it's a reaction, you can have 1 reaction per turn.
As a reaction, you can attempt. Oh, okay. So it's a
Yeah,
reaction.
so it's a reaction. So you can only do 1 per rotation.
Gotcha. Okay.
So the first one, he tries to hit the wall and you try to do something about it, but you can't quite as he raises the shield up a little too quickly and brings it back down, and you have to slink and dodge that as he's just trying to gore you with the shield in his hand.
He missed.
He's gonna bring his shield to his front, spear in hand. He kind of looks to you, ready to go. And Peter, we now get to you.
All right, I'm gonna do something really fucking stupid. First of all, regular grenades have a blast range of 15 feet, right?
They do.
All right. So I'm gonna come down here. I'm gonna chuck a grenade right here, which should be 1 over from where Torin put the hole in the deck,
All right.
and should hit both of them.
Yep, that'll hit both of them. Let me make a dex save for both.
3d4 or 4d4 for
They're
the
both
Mark 1.
gonna fail. Mark 1 is a regular grenade. That'll be 3d4.
Torin's just despondently glaring off with the giant fucking turtle dude.
Turtles are fun. Ooh, okay. 8 damage. As the gnoll, you'll hear a loud kind of hyena-like cackle as it gets followed up by a yelp as you hear a tumbling of a large, heavy, furred body. Meanwhile, he will take 8. That is... As he gets shrapnelled again by yet another hand grenade falling over the evil wall as he has no idea what's going on over there as he curses out, leaning on his cane a bit. What else you got, Peter?
Now for the retarded play. I'm going to reach my hand out, slap the turtle in the face, and cast light on his face.
Let's roll opposing dexterity checks, flat dexterity, to see if you can get your hand on his face. Or if he's able to back away or block it.
Oh.
He's got a high dex, but 2 + 3 is still only a 5. Yeah, you slap him in the face as suddenly a permanent flashbang of light emanates out from under his conquistador helmet as he kind of brings his shield up and is like struggling to try to hide his face, and you get the sense that he's just clamping his eyes closed, and you can
That's
hear the
only making it
snapping of his
worse.
jaw. He is he will be making attacks at disadvantage.
With that, I'm going back to where I was. I like that spot. That's a nice spot. Behind a wall, behind a thing.
He's gonna swing wildly at you with his spear.
Doesn't matter. Mobile means I don't. If I make a melee attack, which that was, I can't provoke attacks of opportunity.
You mobile bitch. All right. I'm with it.
Just run up.
Smack.
Fucking. What's something holy about light?
I think I just run up, and as I slap him, spit, and run.
Just see the
Let
light.
there be light.
Let there be light.
Let there
Let
be
there
light.
be light. Damn.
Oh my god.
Yes.
That is. Oh my god. I love it. I hate you guys, but I love it. Alright. Yeah, we get around to the other gnoll who's going to see his friend get hit. Run over to here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Is going to reach to the small of his back, cock his arm back, pull a little device, and give a nice flick up and over the wall. Is going to land right here in the middle. As we measure out, as you see another grenade land, everybody but Peter has to make another dex save, including Tortle.
14.
25.
Okay, Torn's fine.
There's a turtle in the way.
Nikos will take half damage. Hachu will take half damage.
Yeah, if Nikos counts as being in cover, the turtle should count as being in cover.
Yeah, all of the shrapnel will bounce off the turtle. That's why Torn, will only take half.
Speaking of, does the turtle pass?
Oh yeah, he passes. He was taking half.
Your
Leroy.
friends keep throwing grenades at you. Be sure they're your friends.
Leroy, give me a dex save, please.
I hate you.
Ooh, Leroy will take full damage. Okay. That's 6 piercing. However, the 3 of you that passed, that is 3 piercing damage as a single piece of shrapnel will catch each of you.
I'm looking a bit bloody and weary.
Understandable. As we get to the kobolds. 5, 10, 5,
Yeah.
10, 15, 5, 10, 15, 5, 10, 15, 20, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30.
Nikos, Leroy, handle the guns. I got this guy, sort of.
All right, if you say so.
As you say that, all 3 of those kobolds with the crack pistols are all going to fire at Nikos. That's a 21, a 17, and a 21.
The 21's hit.
Ooh, okay. That will be a bang and a bang. You'll take 8 piercing. Oh no.
All right. You also missed me once, so Leroy.
Yep, Leroy, you get to retaliate on one of them. That'd be the one in the center that missed with the knife in his hand.
Now, Leroy might be better for this. He doesn't have to reload his ridiculous magazine.
Yeah.
You'll try to fire a retaliatory shot, but it'll just barely miss and pass by him.
It's
And
because I'm fucked up.
the one with the breakdown shotgun is going to raise the shotgun up, seeing his turtle co-captain going after the other kobold that seems to be yelping louder for some reason, speaking big words. The shield hasn't been hit yet. The other guy's laying down prone. That's a big fucking snake. I'm gonna shoot him with my shotgun. Bang. That's only a 13. Does a 13 hit Hachu?
It meets.
It meets. Alright, it will take half damage. Let me double check. What was the shotgun damage? I put a shotgun in here. Oh, there it is. You'll take 6. You'll take 6 piercing as a bunch of buckshot just riddles along your side, your leather armor catching some of it underneath your suit, but not quite enough.
I'm getting riddled up here.
Yeah. You guys it's like a Tarkov horror show where you just get grenaded 8 times and you got 200 holes to fill. As we now pass to Nikos.
Do I take half a 6 or do I take? Is that the 6 I get?
6 is the half.
6 is the half. Okay.
All right.
Alright, Nikos moving on up on the kobolds.
We'll stab the guy I'm right in front of.
That'll hit. Ow, for half. Alright. You stab him right in the center of the chest as it lets out a kobold yelp and tries to frantically punch at the spear as it rips out.
Again?
If that hits. Oh, as you stab him again and he staggers back, he's whimpering and shaking, trying to clutch the crack pistol and the knife in his hands.
Offhand.
That'll hit. As that last one will hit him center mass and drop him down to the ground as he falls over.
I am going to action surge.
Ooh, okay. Oh no, he closeth. Oh, he will narrowly be able to push his stomach out forward as you try to stab him in the small of the back, but as you retract and stab again, that second one will catch him. For 9 piercing as you stab him right in the side. The poor little kobold letting out a yelp.
You guys can still
All right.
run.
They seem pretty into the fight. What else you got, Nikos?
That's all.
Alrighty, Leroy, you're laying prone on your back. You're kind of bloodied. You just got your ears rung once again by another grenade. What do?
Yeah, I just roll back over onto my belly and keep shooting.
Alright, who are you shooting at?
1, 2, offhand, 3.
Gotcha. One for each.
I would advise getting to cover.
Yeah, now that I'm engaging, you might want to fall back a little
First
bit.
one will miss, however the second and third will hit. Give me damage on the second and third. Ooh, okay. Second one will take a hit center mass from the larger calibered rifle as he'll stagger off to the side. The other one will take 4 piercing as it will only catch him through the top of the leg, as he will still clutch tightly to the breakdown shotgun. What else you
That's
got,
it.
Leroy? Alrighty.
That's main and bonus.
Top of the turn order, Hachu, back around to you. You've just been buckshotted. Nikos is going ham on some kobolds. Leroy is firing some hammer pairs into the group. Peter is slapping the turtle. And Torn seems to be pinned against the wall, trying to finesse his way in a boxing match with the turtle. What do?
I run up and bite the turtles.
Oh. Making a bite attack, alright. Roll me your bite attack.
Alrighty, let's see how this goes. Not good.
You go to bite him, and he almost doesn't really react as you see him just kind of pivot his shell a little bit. As you try to bite towards the top shoulder portion, and you realize under the shell that is on his front and back, he seems to also have some sort of breastplate and layered armor under that as well, as your teeth
Peter.
make a loud, angry cling as the tips pierce against the metal.
Watch your teeth.
Take the gun out and shoot him again.
Offhand point blank shot with the pistol. You just extend the pistol out at him. Make a shot.
Oh, for God's sakes.
It's that scene from Iron Man, except it doesn't ricochet and hit you, but it glances off the helmet and hits the brickwork beside Torn. What else you got, Hachu?
Just die already.
Replies with 2 angry snaps of his snapping turtle jaw. As we get around to the captain, who's not looking so hot, he's not doing so great. 5, 10, 15, 20 is going to move to here, just barely into view, and is going to administer self-aid. He's going to hit himself with a little IFAC. That will do a D8. Plus 2.
Does Torhin see him?
Torn can see him. He is bandaging himself, as he
Hey,
will
Captain!
heal for... Yes?
You better stay alive so I can kill you!
Kind of looks to you. He's a little hurried. He's a little hesitant. But he continues bandaging his arm a bit as he kind of straightens up, leaning on the cane. That will be his... Yeah, that'll be his turn, is bandaging and helping himself for now. He can't inspire. Torrin, we rounded
Alright.
around to you.
We're gonna climb the turtle.
All right.
We're gonna roll acrobatics, and we're going up between the breastplate and the shield.
All right.
Hey, you know, this worked pretty good in that one dream you had one time.
Oh, God, yeah.
That is a 16.
All right, let me roll.
Remember, he's blinded.
Let me roll a dex save at disadvantage. Oh,
Can you imagine if your face was
a
glowing
light.
at like 150 lumens?
Yeah, that's a 4. You're gonna successfully be able to chameleon slink your way up his front and find yourself locking your claws in and holding onto his front, kind of turtle-like front shell.
As a bonus action, or so you tell me if I can get away with this. We're gonna try to like yank his helmet either off or down, or we're fucking with his helmet here.
I'll consider that your action if you're trying to remove the helmet.
Okay.
And your movement will be the slinking up and onto his armor.
Okay. Yeah, the action is removing the helmet.
All right. You're gonna need to roll me sleight of hand.
Nice. Okay. 23.
Roll me a strength check, flat strength.
21.
Roll me a d4, add 2 to it.
6.
He'll take 6 damage as you realize with a very hearty tug, you're essentially scalping him, as it seems some of this armor is as much a part of him as the shell is a part of him, as you rip the skull cap off the top of his head with the Conquistador helmet, as he lets out a loud, angry, very frustrated yell, as you can see all the squishy flesh underneath what should be hardened skin and shell.
Oh goodness, I had no idea. I mean, we can stop if you want.
Anything else you would like to do, sir, as you are point blank with his face?
Hold on tight and prepare to dodge the biteys. That's about
Oh,
it.
little kid. Don't you have a bonus action?
You do have your bonus action still.
Oh. Bite his face.
Alright, make me an offhand bite.
20.
That will not hit, as you will bite into the hardened, kind of snapping turtle jaw, but will get just no give from it. If anything, it almost kind of hurts your like jaw and teeth as you try to bite into it.
Oh, come on,
Hang
pull
on
the
to
helmet
it.
off.
Hang on to it.
Yeah, we're not
helmet-
letting go.
The helmet is cosmetic. It doesn't account for his AC. It is merely
Aw.
cosmetic.
Yeah, we're keeping that hold on the jaw. If you are biting his jaw cannot bite you.
So are you biting the lower or upper part of his jaw? Because you know how a snapping turtle's jaw kind of looks and works, right?
I'd assume upper.
You're biting on the upper part. Okay.
Yeah, like fucking fingers laced to his chest plate, like feet on his stomach, just
biting over, like-
the top of his face.
Kind of where the nose holes are. God. Oh god. Alright, we get to his turn.
Oh, hang on. How do the other kobolds feel about this?
They're panicked that the large impenetrable shield man is very close to them. They're not paying enough attention.
Oh, come on. Not a single one of them can see our kobold with his mouth around their turtle.
They can, but they're focused on Shield Man. Shield Man closed the range, and they haven't been able to pen his armor, really. Turtle time. Torin,
Yeah.
I'm gonna need a con save.
Con save? What is he?
Actually,
baseball?
before con save, give me a dex save.
A 15?
Okay, now I will need that con save.
And that 20?
Normally, if you pass, you take half damage. I kind of want to say you're super ottery and squirrely, so you'll just take quarter damage then.
What's he doing?
Good for you. You take 3. How's it? You take 1 bludgeoning damage, crushing damage rather, as his shield arm will lock behind you, and his legs will shorten, and he will kind of turtle up onto himself, and kind of just press you against the front of his shell, trying to constrict you. You'll take 1 point of damage, as you're kind of able to finagle and wiggle around to not get fully crushed, as you're still biting onto his upper jaw. You will, however, do a bonus action to try to bite at your shoulder as you are biting onto his upper
Oh, God.
nose.
It's like a fucking pitbull fight.
That's a 16 to hit.
Misses.
All right. He will try to bite at you, and you will hear a very loud bone kind of sound snap as the snapping turtle tries to, like, clamp onto you. And you realize that's not a pinning grasp. That is a cutting and ripping sort of grasp. Not something to get bit by. Not a good time.
Someone light him on fire or something.
Just.
If you've ever seen a alligator snapping tortoise bite, it is...
Oh, it's terrifying.
It will take your finger with it. It is not a good time. It is a pair of demented pliers. However, this one's big enough to get its mouth arguably over a small person's head if it wants to. Peter, we roundabout to you. What do, good sir? As it is still blinded by the light that Torn is currently trying to taste the rainbow, apparently.
It will be for the next hour, by the way.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Torn's trying to bite the fucking Michael Bay lens flare coming off this guy's face.
His cheeks are glowing.
It's
Like
just-
when you stick a flashlight
slight-
underneath your thumb, but it's Torrent's whole head.
What do you put a flashlight under like an incubating egg? You can like just see like some of the bone structure of Torn's like upper jaw. Yeah, what you got, Peter? Everybody's
almost
kind of
feel bad for
lined
that
up
guy.
and in a tussle.
I know people have been getting fucked up again. Is it just Leroy who's been hurt, or is it like properly hurt, or is it?
Hachu
I
got
think
buckshotted.
I'm okay. I'm only missing 8.
Torn's okay. Nikos never gets hurt, so he's fine. He doesn't. Need
I'm
healing.
fine.
Doesn't even use his fucking heal myself fighter powers.
Okay, yeah, we'll cast prayer of healing in.
Alright. How much healing do you do for everybody as you strike a quick orthodox
13.
prayer? Hey, alright, everyone, you get yourself 13, and Peter, you gain whatever healing you gain off that.
I don't get
First I
over
gain the
from
base
that, do I?
You can't get overhealed, unfortunately, no. Uba charge!
I'm growing calluses.
An uber charge ability on Nikos. I am
Oh.
bulletproof!
I think I can actually do that. Not that I can do that this turn.
What, Shield of
never
Faith?
mind No, I was thinking Aura of Life overhealed, but no, it doesn't.
Nah. Unfortunately, no.
That being said, I'm gonna lean over the wall and take a shot at this guy with my bonus action.
Alright, offhand lean over to Thompson, give him a nice burst. Well, -3 from that roll. That is 13. That will miss as they will kind of see you coming and like lean to the side as the burst rips its way up the wood plank. Rather large knoll.
All right, I'm going back down as that concludes my turn.
Alright. Large bipedal Yin will be angry and is going to reach back, pull off its hip, and give a nice little flick.
How many of these does this guy have?
Tortle, Torin, Hachu, and Peter. I need deck saves.
Hey, I'm between a turtle and a shield. I'm pretty fucking safe right here.
True.
He's inside the turtle right now.
Fine, we'll negate you needing to make it.
If he passes the deck save, I should pass the deck save.
He passed with a nat 20. I'll allow it. Damn. Let's see, that's 20 and a 15. So yeah, everybody will only take half damage as yet another grenade will... Everybody will take 3 piercing from the 3 of you. Except for Torin, you take none as he'll take those 3 piercing instead.
Hell yeah.
Damn.
How much health does this fucker got?
Not as
What do
much
you mean,
as you
He's
would
only
think.
taking 6 damage.
He's not taking that much damage. It's just you guys have hit him a lot. I think with like,
He's
let's
got
see,
like 30 AC.
3 frags, a bite,
Yeah.
acid spray, 3
He's getting
point
death by
blank
1,000
shots,
cuts.
a black back,
The scalping.
Stab, a back shooting, the scalping, 3 additional stabs from Nikos. Yeah, he's taking a lot of attempted hits, but he chunky, he armored. After doing that, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, bipedal Yin running his way down the ramp. Kobold
Now
time.
we know what Nox feels like when he's fighting me.
A little bit. Yar har fiddle dee dee. Being a kobold is what we will be. Pack tactics, we do it with glee. That will be 1 stab. That will miss. 2 stabs. That will miss. Let's see.
Fucking Nikos is standing there with his shield up. Just...
So does a 19 hit, good sir?
No.
Does a 16 does not hit? 15 does not hit? Fucking 16 doesn't hit. Fucking 12 will not hit. And the last one.
Man, it's a shame no allies are close to me right now.
6 angry kobolds, workman's knives and kind of cleaver knives are all angrily using pack tactics to try to flank around him and mass mob him. It's the closest thing to what would win, 10 angry 12-year-olds or a Spartan hoplite. As they're all trying to stab at him, and they're all bouncing off the breastplate, missing his shins, not hitting the correct areas, or he is just accurately being a fucking Jedi with his spear and shield and deflecting every freaking blow. As none of these kobolds land a freaking hit on the hoplite. Fuck you, Nikos, your turn. They're all trying to stab you with knives.
These guys are pretty bad.
Should have shotgun blasted you at point blank. Which one are you stabbing?
You have like Thunder Wave or something.
That one.
Alright. Thunderwave would be so just rude. That'll hit. Yeah, you just eviscerate that one as the spear goes clear through him and rips back out.
Right. Then, oh, will that hit? Maybe?
That will hit.
The one with the shotgun up there.
Yep, that'll hit him. Ah! You stab him through the arm as he reels out in pain, struggling to hold onto the shotgun and knife.
And offhand, no, that won't hit.
That one will not hit, as he'll be able to side skirt that a little bit.
Like 20. Your spear has a 20-foot range?
He's a hoplite.
Yeah.
He's a pikeman.
Bro
Also,
has
this
one of those
happens
freaking-
like every other session.
He's got a about 12-foot long phalanx spear that if he uses his fucking kung fu grip at the like back foot of it, he turns into a fucking pikeman and he just stabby stab.
freaking Macedonian pike.
Yeah, he's a Macedonian
I mean,
hoplite, dude. He's,
I am
he's spooky.
a descendant of Alexander, so yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, Leroy. You're still laying on your tum-tum. What do?
I'm shooting with my tom tom.
I'm the one with the tom-tom.
Who you shoot?
Mine is a glorified tom tom. Okay, we're all equal here. Okay, there is no diversity. There is no divisiveness.
You're watching
Okay.
all the children
I'm as
trying
Russian as
to storm
are-
the clown at the party.
I'm as Russian as you are American.
Who are you taking a shot at?
Well, this unfortunate guy is close enough. I wonder if I can shoot through him.
Are you trying to shoot through him into the guy behind him?
Yep.
That will add to the difficulty, but I will allow it. First one will hit him, and while it doesn't penetrate through him, it will kill him, as his remaining 2 health are like dust in the wind. Your second shot that was meant for him, though, will still connect with the guy behind him. Give me damage for the second shot. Ow. Yeah, the second shot, the hammer pair will catch him as he'll kind of step to the side, having taken a nice, decent-sized round through the sternum.
Alright, offhand for this one.
Alright, send it. -3, that is a 13. That will still hit. Give me damage. Gah! Yeah, you fucking hammer pair him before he has a chance to figure out what's going on and drop yet another kobold. Laying down with a nice little pew pew.
I still have ammo for the rest of y'all. Y'all have time. Y'all can run. I'm kind of bloody. You know, I've been healed, but I'm still kind of bloody and
Little hurt, little oof.
Yep. Run while you still can, fuckers. I'll serve you up as an appetizer for that fucking amphibian.
As we round about to the
goddammit.
top of the next turn order, Hachu. You kind of hurt your T-Fruits trying to bite down into this guy. Torrent's
I'm gonna kill
currently
this motherfucker.
wrapping up around him. What do?
Hachu, you should move!
I just step back over here.
I will say because he is wrestling with Torn, there will be no attack of opportunity. What you doing to this poor guy?
If I can type. There we go.
Oh, Toll the Dead.
Who?
Got no armor threshold there in the meat.
At the total, target must succeed a wisdom saving throw or take a d8. He has taken damage, so it'll be a d12. Alright, let's see.
He has 2 d12s.
Wisdom save to beat a 15. That's a 14.
Oh, Turtle's not so wise all of a sudden.
You try to beat.
I mean,
You try to beat this hair.
try to make wise decisions when you have a kobold rip your scalp off while climbing inside your shirt.
Yeah.
Level
2d12. Let's see. See if it's enough to put him down.
probably not.
10 damage. Ah! A loud bell will ring above your head, Torn, as you'll see him kind of wince and strain past the bright-ass chem light that is his face. But he will still be standing, although he's seeming to kind of wither a bit. He's kind of leaning down as you start to see some of his shell kind of pale in color. You realize some of the necrotic, rotting damage from Hachu is taking effect. However, he is still standing, but barely.
How much health has he got now?
Not that
You know what?
much.
There's another one. I didn't mean to do that part.
Still doesn't matter.
It still doesn't hit, even with the 19, as you fire an offhand round and it just kind of ping bounces off the side shell on his torso.
I'm gonna take that shell and wear it.
That would confuse people.
It'll be like strapped to my chest with like
Snake with
Just
a
some
tortoise
string.
shell. As we get around to the captain. Oh, captain, my captain. 5, 10, 15.
Does the captain see the
20,
kobold
25,
mauling his turtle?
30. That's why he is going here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And is going to start dashing, trying to escape. Torrin, you are up.
Bastard.
Okay,
You got a big mouth. You know that?
Replies with 3 very angry, bone-snapping turtle
Torin
jaw
is
clamps.
reaching down into his satchel. You might make me roll sleight of hand to get his hands around a gammon bomb and get the ribbon fuse around a finger.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say it's sleight of hand with how you're struggling. It won't be super hard to get, but
14.
yeah, that'll be enough. It'll take you a few moments, but you'll be able to reach down, pull out a gammon bomb, and get your finger through the loop on top.
I have it. Come fight me.
And either now we're gonna go for something of opportunity here. Either it'll happen in this turn, or I'll perhaps hold action for his next turn. But Torin is gonna stuff that gamut bomb in his mouth.
This is gonna require dexterity, because the
Yes.
moment he realizes your arm is in his maw, he may try to bite down.
Yes. Yeah. I know.
So let's do dexterity, and I will have him roll. I'll have him roll
14.
dexterity as well. Opposing dexterity, see if you can beat his senses.
Not happy with that 14.
14 normally would be good, but not quite. You will successfully be able to plant it in the back of his mouth
But
and likely start falling down his throat, but you may find your arm getting bit and pinned. Let's see what his bite damage do. Oh!
that's a
Yeah.
broken wrist.
You're gonna take a full 12 as we add the strength to that. You'll take a 12 damage as just a bit above the wrist, you hear two of the bones crack, the skin breaks as the snapping turtle's vice-like jaw just crunch. Arguably, if it's not taken out in due time, or if he decides to bite harder, you may lose a hand. But at the moment, you will be considered pinned, at least
Isn't he
to
about to
him.
explode?
That too.
So it's it's an inertia fuse. So even if the ribbon is pulled, it won't detonate without some
Significant
sort of
enough
jostling
impact to the when you pull it, it causes a little wiggly pin on the inside, and if that wiggly pin impacts the side hard enough, it will cause the fuse to ignite and detonate. So it will have to jostle enough inside him, but it's currently just kind of going down the turtle throat that doesn't really have too much of a swallowing feature, so it's just kind of in his neck.
So he's getting fisted, is what you're saying.
Sort of, but he's also got Torin's forearm about to be lost. Yeah, that's 12 damage as you will be restrained there. What else you got, Torin?
Just gonna be like, he's panicking now. He's mostly just panic squirming now.
Understood. We will get to his turn. He has no idea what you put in there. He's assuming what he's feeling in his throat is your hand, or at least some of it.
Wait, don't move, don't move, don't move!
He's going to use his action to, in quotations, make another bite attack.
Oh, can we pull out with this? Oh wait, no, right.
You cannot.
Maybe.
Does a 17 hit?
No. Oh, thank God, no.
17 doesn't hit. Ooh, okay. You will not lose your hand. However, the bite will clamp down even harder. You'll feel bone breaking. It's not great. You're very close to losing your hand. However, he bites down. It doesn't go through. His bonus action, he will bring his shield arm out and will turn it and will try to smack you in the small of the back with the bottom of the shield. That is a... Let's do that. Disadvantage. Oh, that's only a 12. That won't hit, as he'll try
Stop
to...
moving, you're gonna blow up!
He'll try to hit you with his own shield as he tucks and moves around. And with you pinned, he is going to start backstepping with you as he's trying to hit you. Starting to panic a little bit as well. Peter!
They're both just panicking.
A little bit. Peter, Torin's arm is currently disappearing inside this thing's mandible. Torin is panicking and flailing, arguably shooketh face. Yeah, it's not a great sight. What you doing, Peter?
Peter?
Piotr?
Not quite sure I can do anything for Torin at the moment.
Oh no. Just trying to measure if Spell Sniper will reach that range.
No, Spell Sniper will reach that range. That's not what I was entirely planning on doing. Just out of curiosity, how hurt are you, Horn?
I'm fine. I'm only down 12. I mean, the hand's not, but Torrent's mostly fine.
He's okay, but he may lose a hand.
Those grow back.
Place that hand with magical healing, or heal it back up.
If you get it out from the inside of the turtle that's about to explode.
Assuming the turtle bites it off. Is that within the purview of my magical healing? Because I have no idea how I would get the hand out of the turtle's mouth.
It will take significant magic to regrow a limb.
What if we can find the remains of the limb?
That's a lot of magic.
I did plan on cutting up the turtle for dinner, so
That's
would
an
not be
awful
long.
lot of magic. Likely he won't have feeling in like one of his 3 like primaries, but you might be able to, but it's going to take a lot of magic and some good rules to fully repair that kind of damage magically.
Alright, on the way past, we're going to gift
That's
you
if
your
it's fully
12
severed.
lost HP. And I am going to dash
You're running past them, healing them for 12.
down to here.
Pat him on the back. Good job.
Raise my Thompson up to the captain. More like, good luck.
You gave me
Raise my
12?
Thompson up to the captain. Yep.
Is
And
that- oh, sorry.
tell him to stop. Drop your weapon.
He's going to stagger, look to you, and it seems like he is trying to ready some sort of combat action. He is trying to retaliate, however, will not be able to, but he does not seem inclined to stop.
Well, there's nothing I can do this turn, but this is as good of a position as I think I'm going to be in.
I have longer legs than you. You cannot get away.
Torn, you got the really weird sensation of your bones mending and the skin healing, only to be bitten back down into tightly, but not broken.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, it's not a great feeling to heal under pressure. The Thompson Fuzzy, 5, 10, 15, gonna stop. Looks left, looks right, looks left again. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35.
He dashing?
Yep. He's gonna dash on over here, turn on one of his front paws, and is going to dive. I need opposing... Actually, give me a dex save to see if he could dodge his dive to try to grapple you as I roll his strength. Well, he rolled bad. You're able to sidestep just enough as he will crash into the crate behind you and kind of tumble onto his back as he starts to roll back to his feet. Bonus action, he'll do an offhand burst against you.
Wait, how can he do is a tackle not a bonus action?
A tackle's an action. I'm considering it. Oh, wait, yeah, action to dash, so that would have been part of the movement. You know what, you're right. I'll consider that the bonus action, since it was included with the action dash. That makes sense. So yeah, he's just gonna ready his Thompson up at you. Cobalt time. Pack tactics. Pack tactics for days. Nikos.
Or less of them.
Fuck you. 21.
Yeah,
That hits?
21 hits. I'll
Hell
allow it.
yeah. You take 1 piercing.
Allow it.
A 12 definitely doesn't hit. Oh
That's
my
the
god.
cow, Stop it.
I rolled 2 19s. Does a 21 hit, good sir?
21 hits, yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You get stabbed twice by these kobolds for 1 and 3 piercing damage as they stay
So,
around
four,
you trying
five,
to keep you busy.
Alright.
4 whopping stab damage. Oh no. Nikos, your turn.
Ow.
They're starting to find some holes in your armor and they're getting some good stabs in. stabbing your weirdly fleshy, corporeal water form.
Yeah, I'll take care of these. All right.
Which one are you
14?
stabbing?
Let's go with that guy.
Yeah, that'll hit. Ah! He's barely standing as you, like, just catch him in the lower thigh. 26 will hit for 7 damage. That will put
Same
him
guy.
out with the last 2 health, as you'll just double tap him
Alright.
with the spear.
Bonus action on
That hits.
that one.
Ah ha ha. Alright, yeah, you stab him again. You're just going full hoplite mode on him. Anything else? Nikos?
Alright. No.
Alright. Leroy.
Leroy, move. He's gonna blow up. Leroy, move.
What do, Leroy?
I'm
Get
gonna tell
after
Torin
the
he can.
dwarf.
I'm gonna tell
He's
Torin
getting
he can.
away.
I'm gonna tell Torin he can flinch first. I'm still measuring my penis with him. I'm gonna shoot these 2 fuckers.
Alright.
He's literally going to
I'm gonna
explode.
shoot this one between Nikos' legs.
Alright.
That's gonna be my first shot.
Make your 2 attacks for me then. Oh my god, Torn's panicking. He's just like, Yeah, both of those will hit. Give me damage. Alright, 8 for the first one, and the second one's going after the other guy, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, 13 for 13. You put the second one down with a solid hit to the center mass.
This one's still alive, huh?
Yep.
This guy's got a grenade going off, right?
Possibly. There is
eventually,
a
maybe.
pressure-sensitive grenade that has been dropped in him. An impact grenade has been shoved down his gullet.
So it's actually out of sight inside his mouth.
It's like
Yeah, it's in his
it's the
sternum.
bottom of his fucking esophagus or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a
down
pity.
his turtleneck.
That's a pity. I was gonna shoot it.
You realize you blow up too, right?
That's a lot of shell and armor that turns into shrapnel, I hope you realize.
Bonus action. Fuck it. Torin can have the bigger dick this time around. I'm gonna hide myself behind Nikos, or not Nikos, but Hachi's bulk. Yes, I called you. Yes, I called you bulky.
He is bulk. He's like the giant body pillow you can buy that's like 20 feet long.
Yeah, that's my bonus action.
Help.
Top of the
You
turn
can be the
order.
bigger little man.
Hachu, it is your go.
He's gonna take my arm. Do something.
Torrid's arm is currently stuck in the snapping turtle's maw, and they are both panicking. While the snapping turtle's face is also a second sun.
I am literally thinking about Lilo and Stitch in the hot potato ray gun.
Hot potato, hot potato. It's gonna blow.
I just remembered it's your birthday.
Oh, what are you doing, sir? Spray of card. All right. Let me make a deck save. I'll do this one with disadvantage. Oh, that's only a 10. Give me 2d10 force damage. He's already blinded, so he's double blinded.
I cast it at level 3, so I gotta add another 1d10 to it.
Alright, 3d10. Oh no. Oh no.
It's 2 1s.
The exposed bits of flesh that there are, whether at the top of his head, the side in front of his throat, under his arms, some of the unarmored parts on the back of his legs, the spray of cards starts making a lot of finite cuts and slashes as I need
Oh
a
god.
I need a dexterity save from you, Torn.
I assume he's falling over.
He is. But I need a dex save from you.
God fucking damn it, James. Oh,
He
24.
told me to do
Okay.
something when he did something.
Give me a sleight of hand.
12.
I'm assuming you won't be opposed to taking some damage in order to get away from him as he falls over. Or are you...
Or at least to not lose like the hand. I don't know. I'm still
doesn't
stuck
need his
between the
hand.
shield and
You won't
him.
lose your hand, however, his jaw is clamped, so you will have to kind of scrape your arm out violently, but you won't lose your hand. But you're
Oh
gonna
yeah,
have to
we're
take
wrenching
some...
that out
All right.
at all costs. It's coming
You
out.
ever put your hand inside a cheese grater and then you rip it out really quick? You'll take 4 damage to your poor hand and arm as you rip your arm out as his jaw clamps tighter, and he starts to fall over. With that dex save, pick me a direction that you want to jump.
Backwards.
Alrighty. You will jump back off of his chest with both of your kobold feet up on either side of his breastplate in a turtle-like shell, as you'll kick off of it, ripping your arm out of his maw, kind of ripping at your fingers and hand, as you'll fly back, impacting against the bullet-riddled, chipped-up, destroyed wall behind you, smacking against it as he falls onto his back, and I will need...
And explode. Fuck.
Nikos, Torin, Hachu, and Leroy, I need a dex save.
I'm in cover. I'm in cover. God damn it.
Fine, I'll consider you in cover. The 3 of you, I need a
Nine.
dex save.
Dex
Chief, thank you
save.
for taking damage for me.
Thank you for being a body pillow.
Yo, I made the save, so you're all
Ooh.
welcome.
Hachu will only take half. Nikos and Torin, you will take full.
Alright.
Let me double check here.
I automatically assumed I made the save. Oh.
So... Hachu, you will take 12. Whereas Torin and Nikos, you will take 23 piercing and force damage, as you have turned this unfortunate armored mailbox into a pipe bomb. Bits of armor, shell, spikes, thorns, and then just a general
Not that I do it too
kinetic
much.
explosion goes off and rips out in all directions, breaking some of the windows, spalling the wood, cracking, piercing into you guys. As Turtle goes out in one of the coolest fucking ways that I never imagined you guys would manage to kill him. Holy shit. Falls back, lands on his shell, and just fucking turns into an IED. Hachi, what else you want to do? What else you want to do, Hachi? That was your action. I believe you still have your bonus action and your movement. There is a kobold, there is the captain, and there is a gnoll.
There's a bunch of bits of
Turtle.
turtle in my chest.
Yeah.
I turn to the knoll next to me and be like, "Do you want that to happen to you?"
He's just snarling and waiting until his turn comes up. Anything else you'd like to do, Hachu, or is you think that's mission successful?
It's gonna be really silly by slither. I'm gonna start slithering over like this way.
All right.
But as I'm slithering by, I'm just gonna shoot at him as I walk as I slither by.
Bonus action, offhand drive-by. Make me your attack.
Knife by.
Yes.
That'll hit. Give me damage.
Yes.
You shoot
Oh
this
my
kobold
God.
in the side as you're slithering by. Just pure indignation and rudeness. You just slither by and bang! You shoot him. He'll take the hit from the little 9mm, but it'll do some good damage to him. Oh my god.
Wait a minute.
Alright.
Wait a minute.
Oh?
Hang on.
Loved it.
Wait, is he in 10 feet of me? Oh, yes, he is.
He is. You get to add that D8 to it, I do believe?
Yes, I do. Yeah, it's any attack I make.
Because you got
So-
the swirly swirls. I swear if you roll an 8 or a 7. Oh, okay, 3. Yeah, one of the ghostly skulls, as they're swirling around you, one of them kind of shows themselves and manifests, as right after the round rips through him, it'll kind of slide through his sternum and cause him to kind of shiver and cripple over a little bit, causing additional damage to him. However, he is still barely standing, as we will now round about to Le Capitan. Seeing the Null trying to protect him and do his job, Captain will raise his cane up, point it at you, and give me uno momento, por favor. I need
Fucking
to
explode.
scroll back up just a little ways, because I always forget just exactly how it works. Or maybe I don't. I'm just gonna search for it, and I should be able to spawn it. Let's see, is this how I make it go to the thingy? How do I wish to cast you. Why will you not cast?
He's got his own cannon, doesn't he?
It won't cast, but you recognize a very familiar sort of swirl around that cane in his hand, as Yep, so it is only temporary. You can't be permanently. I need you to make me a what was the save, Peter? Charisma saving throw.
Nice.
Damn. Yeah, you like this plane of existence. You were born here. You don't want to leave it, even if it's temporary. As you could feel a familiar banishment spell start to swirl around you as you grab your holy symbol and ward it off for a moment.
No, that is my trick.
He shakes the cane a little bit, frustrated that it didn't seem to work, as he's going to turn and try to continue hightailing it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Tord, you're up.
I could do the same thing in that.
Who's left? Who's left?
You see a single kobold squaring off with Nikos, and you see from your angle the dwarven captain kind of stubbily running his way down the path away from you.
With my movement, 85 feet in a dash, Torn's gonna get up. He's gonna sprint directly south, and you're probably gonna make me roll acrobatics to mount and go over this wagon rather than around it.
You just want to go straight south over it? Yeah, that'll be
Oh yeah,
acrobatics.
yeah.
You fucking...
26.
Yeah, you run over it. You won't suffer any movement penalty.
He's gonna leap around this point. I assume he's gonna see the Null fucking with Peter.
Alright.
We're gonna leap over to those crates, and then fucking tackle bite the Null.
With the 26 succeeding, I will say roll me a strength, and I will have him do a dex save to see if he can notice you, because he is prone on the ground. He will not, but might as well roll anyway.
21.
Oh my.
I roll the bite.
Yeah, roll a bite attack. As he is going to be, well, laying on the ground.
Oh.
Ah! So the bite won't connect, but you will land on his chest and clamp to him, restricting his arms from being able to shoot or move at the moment.
Peter, get the captain.
Torin on all fours, looking like a chameleon over the top of this guy's sternum. Peter, your turn.
Rock up right next to him.
You're running up next to him? Alright.
Fucking, I'd say belly checking him, but the Thompson's got to be at like head height when it's at my hip, doesn't it?
Yeah, about.
So I guess we're gonna aim a little down to try and spray him down Chicago typewriter style.
Oh my god. Alright, roll me an attack. You just run up on him and point blank him with the Thompson. That will
16.
meet. It will do half damage. Oh. You riddle him as he is barely standing and staggering, falling to one knee, trying to still move, using his cane as much as possible to keep himself upright.
Can I use my bonus action to try and take him to the ground?
It's gonna be kind of difficult to in his current condition.
With him having trouble standing up, it's gonna be.
Trip him.
More so he's at half a hit point.
How do you get half a hit point out of that? Oh, because of the.
You've nearly killed him. He has like under 1 hit point left. He is not doing good. You fucking
Grab him by the
typewriter
beard.
him.
I'm gonna try. Would yelling at him would not constitute my bonus action, right?
It would not.
You can still give up.
He's gonna look at you spitefully, angrily, grunting, seeming very angry at the man that is taller than him. As he seems like he wants to try to go for something out of desperation, but you can't tell what. But he seems like he's trying to posture in order to try to grab something on his person.
Alright, yeah, I'm gonna try and take him down.
Alright, let's do opposing strength. He'll roll at disadvantage.
Oh, nice.
16. Oh, yeah. How are you taking him down?
Sit on it, Peter. You're fat enough.
I think we'll go for the classic, kick his feet out, and then, yeah, just pin him to the ground. And if he goes below 1 HP, or below 0 HP, I'm going to bring him back just to the brink, with lay on hands.
It won't wound him, but you'll be able to kick his leg as he'll drop down to one knee as you push him forward onto his chest and kind of place yourself over the top of him.
Yeah, I'm pinning him.
You'll be down on the ground and pinned for the time being. What else would you like to do?
It's over. We can end this here.
Your captain's done. He's done. Just. Can we stop, please? Can we stop?
I still got enough ammo in this magazine. God damn it!
Let's
Don't
leave.
throw your life away. Just give it up.
Let's leave.
I'm gonna roll for the Null and for the Kobold. The Kobold is no longer in combat as his turn follows this one. He will drop the knife and crack pistol and raise his hands up, kind of favoring his side that he just recently got shot in his stomach where he got stabbed, and kind
I'll
of
do it again.
go to a surrender. The Null, though, is loyal to the XO.
I know
You
it's not
will,
technically my turn, but can I just kind of kick the knife and the pistol away?
Yeah, you'll be able to scoot him away to either side. That won't be too hard.
All right.
At least let me roll charisma on this. Oh, wait, it's not my turn.
I had to roll a charisma save for him. He got a 19. He's not cracking. He's gonna try to raise one of his big old mitts up, and he's gonna try to grab at the side of your head and push you to the side and bash you against the crate next to you. I need opposing strength, Torin.
19.
Ooh. Yeah, you manage to brace yourself as you feel his big old mitt pressed to the side of your head. The claws try to dig in as he tries to push you, and you tighten your neck and keep him from bashing your head against the crate. As he's going to try to wriggle, and bonus action, he's going to try to do a bite against you. It'll be a disadvantage. Ooh. That's a whole 16.
That does not hit.
That doesn't hit. Damn. Yeah, he tries to bite at you as the Null's fangs kind of bare and snap at you. You're able to lean back and narrowly dodge it. He is still trying to fight, but he is currently downed. Kobold has surrendered and is backing away, looking nervous. Nikos, what do?
Well, if the Knoll is still up fighting, I come to the aid of Torin.
Alrighty. What you doing?
There. And I'll huck the spear.
Oh!
Oh my god.
Give me damage.
I don't throw spears. I yuck.
You know,
Look at the rat.
this Null is
Shake the
at
rat.
full health, funnily enough. But
Oh, really?
since that is a nat 20 in the position he's in, I'm just gonna fast kill that one, because damn. Torin, he tries to bite at you, and as you reel your head back to dodge it, you feel the opening as the spear tip passes by your head, and you see it impel itself into the Null's face and dig it into the ground and kill it instantly under you.
Oh, that was a really, really good throw.
Thanks.
In light of his last crewman dying, can I make an appeal to surrender again?
He is trying to do something, and if it gets around to his turn, he will have the chance to do it, but you'll be able to attempt to oppose it. However, he is not attempting to surrender.
Well, I mean, can I make an appeal to surrender since the last of his crew are dead?
The appeal you have made prior did not work, and it has not been a full rotation.
Okay, I figured
I
I'd
will
ask.
say you won't be able to fully do it. Is everything still, like, in motion? Nikos, it's still your turn, but
Yeah, I'll call it back.
the spear goes
And,
yoinking back past your head.
That's all.
Alrighty. Leroy, we get around to you.
Let's see, what's that?
Don't do it.
Hey, Peter!
Ah,
Peter, is he surrendering?
not yet, but don't kill him. He's almost dead as is.
I may have to. He looks awfully squirmy. What do you want me to do?
Keep
You
an
think
eye
he-
on him. If he gets away, then shoot him.
Alright, I'm holding action. If he does something to harm Peter, I'm shooting.
Alrighty.
That's gonna be the trigger on that.
Hachu. Top of the turn order, what do?
I'm gonna leave that guy alone per. Well, I mean, there's a room full of dead ones, so I'm good for right now.
I'm not watching him, so somebody's gotta watch him.
I don't know. Those two are closer, and those two are better at talking to people I am. So
Why
I'll
don't
just,
you why don't you wrap him in your coils? He won't go anywhere then.
Just put a big hand on his shoulder and just.
show him my chip tooth?
Pull out a playing card.
Hey there, friend.
He is cowering next to the large Yanti.
It's all right. I won't bite you yet.
So nice to
Yeah.
see you.
Yeah, he is concerned the kobold.
I'm just gonna keep you company for a minute.
He'll give a very shaky nod as he's kind of favoring his shoulder and his side. As we're round about to Le Capitan's turn. While you are pressing him down onto his chest, he still has his cane in hand. You see his hand kind of slide up to the top of the cane as he tries to grip another specific part. I need a perception check from you, Peter.
I just knock his cane out of his hands. Oh!
Oh my god.
You can see on this cane there is 3 different metal kind of rings embedded into the wood. As you see his thumb go up from the bottom one to the top one, as he presses his thumb to it and it starts to give a bit of a glow.
Cane out of his hand? As a reaction or no?
You can, as a reaction, give me strength. Ooh, I love the black dye today. It is working so well. You try to punch it and like kind of hit his wrist to shake it as his thumb still presses to the side of the ring as it fully glows and turns into a kind of purplish gray from the flat silver that it was. As it glows a bit brighter out of the bottom of the cane, which is slightly pointed towards your feet. I would like a dex save, Peter. Ooh, baby. Let me double check this real quick.
Yeah, 12 isn't enough for whatever it is.
Oh, it's not in the compendium. Okay, I have to search for it over here then. Ooh. I forgot to have this one readied up, so let me pull this up here. Okay, I want it to linger. Perfect. Let's see, that deck save. All right. All of you can kind of see as what seems like a small black bubble starts to grow shortly behind Peter and the dwarf. As that bubble grows into a 30-foot or 20-foot across dome that consumes part of the building, part of the dock. It is pure pitch black, but you can get a sort of slimy, kind of slithering texture moving underneath it. No one can see into it. Peter, however, the dwarf will unfortunately start to melt and die beneath you as your dex save isn't quite high enough. You will take... Why did I roll one of them? You will take 11 acid damage as black kind of necrotic tendrils will reach up and start to kind of melt through you, grasping to you. With the captain dead, his cane and uniform is slowly laying on the ground, starting to sink and melt, and you find yourself stuck inside, assumedly, what might be a Hunger of Hadar spell. As we get to Torn.
Concentration spell.
Not when the spell's coming from a pre-casted cane with a charge.
Alright, Torn is going to scramble up off of the dead Null, and we're going to approach this. What the fuck is this?
Roll me Arcana.
11.
Ooh, 21.
You aren't familiar with it, Torn? At least not by glance. You may have read about it, but you're not quite sure what it is. Leroy, you got no idea. Nikos, though, you run up to it. Somehow you've seen this before in some way, shape, or form, or at least know what it looks like. You realize this is Hunger of Hadar.
Read about a book.
It is a spell that opens a void to another kind of dark realm where anything inside that void is slowly grabbed at and consumed by acidic and poisonous tendrils from another realm.
Oh, we need to get him out of there now.
Can we get in there? And can we get out again if we do?
Hear them?
Can we?
Let me message you real quick. Let you know how this works. Nikos, un momento.
And I hear them.
You cannot. There you go.
Alright. We can go in there, but we'll be completely blind, so we'll just be stumbling around for him.
I'm pretty beat up.
Alright, I am going to second wind, which will give me
Wait.
enough help.
All right.
Rope. Give me an end of rope.
11. Alrighty.
Hey, all right. You
Yeah,
heal for 11.
I'll hand him some rope.
All right. You got about 50 feet on the small of your back. You're able to take it off the coil, unravel it real quick with a pull, and hand it to him.
Torin is going
And
to do the climber's move where he wraps it around his back and twists it and grips it in front of him.
alright. Wish me luck. And I shall go in.
I didn't even get to wish him luck. You went in before I could wish you luck.
As you run in, give me a deck save.
Got it.
So I take it we're out of turn-based?
Kind of a hybrid turn-based. After this, we're going to pan up to the two up top and figure out what they're doing, then we'll pan back to you guys. As you step into it, you will take half of this damage, Nikos.
Alright.
You will take 3 acidic damage as you start to feel your armor kind of getting pulled at by tendrils that are kind of dripping and running with acid. As, let me cut the turn order here real quick. And we will pan back up to the two of you standing up here next to a very scared kobold. You guys can see the large black bubble. You see Torin tie the rope around his waist. And then you see Nikos just kind of jump into it.
The fuck is going on?
I wonder what it's about. Oh, I got it handled.
Kobold's just kind of looking at you, looking at that. He seems extra scared.
Oh, well, they don't involve us. Or you. We can just stay over here. Ain't that right, little friend?
He kind of nods a little bit, holding his side.
Oh, yeah, we probably should patch that hole in you.
Kind of nods again, a bit pleadingly.
Alright, well. Can I use an IFAC on him?
You can.
I don't know how well it's gonna go, but yeah, I'll use an IFAC on him.
Alright, give me an IFAC roll.
Just pass him an IFAC, like, whatever. Here you go.
Are you gonna patch him or just pass it to him?
Well, I don't really know how to use it like good, so I'm just gonna hand it to him and see if he knows.
Alright. We'll, have him roll, and after a few moments of him trying to work with it, we'll see, yeah, he'll heal himself for 3. It's not great, but it's something. Brings him back up to
Hey,
7 health. He's kind of patching himself a bit, and looking at that, still hesitantly, kind of visibly shooketh. As, you guys kind of look back down the, causeway, Nikos, you step inside. You cannot hear, you cannot see, you can only feel the tendrils and the acid slowly working. Peter, you're in a similar situation. you have no senses capable or available to you other than feeling, and the feeling is not great.
Is that cane still glowing?
The little ring on it is glowing, however, inside here, there is no light, even magical, that will allow it to be seen. You are in complete and utter darkness.
Can I at least find the cane?
Give me sleight of hand. It won't be super hard because you remember roughly where it was laying, but give me sleight of hand. You needed a 5. God, you guys love to just barely be one up above. I had to give it at least a number. Shit, yeah, you're able to reach down. It takes 2 pats as you feel your hand kind of dissolve just a little bit and start to tingle before you find the bottom of the cane and you're able to grab it and pull it up, one of the tendrils kind of holding onto it but letting go.
I'm gonna try and depress the button that he depressed. You said it was the top one, so...
You run your hand along it real quick and you try to press the top ring of it. I need both you and Nikos to give me one more dex save. Ooh. Both of you are still going to take a little more acid damage. Not much, though. Both of you only take 3 acid damage because it's very weak, apparently.
Oops, sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I deleted your circle because I thought it was on something weird on my token.
Oh, that's fine.
I don't see the circle.
Oh,
Or no, I do see the circle.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, good. I deleted it as well. Yeah, as you press the button of the ring, you feel the tendrils kind of start to pull and whip away, and they manage to grab at the both of you a little bit as they're sucked back into this small little opening that was created in the stonework before it snaps shut, and the little bitty short-term dimensional portal fully comes to a close as, yeah, you get full view of Nikos and Peter again, both kind of ragged, dripping, partially melted, exposed skin and some flesh.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God.
Well, that works. Where'd it go?
Might not.
I turned it off, and I'm gonna hold up the cane. I'm also gonna look for the captain's uniform and see if there's anything left of him.
Not too much left of him or his uniform, unfortunately. He's spent long enough in there slowly getting dissolved that it's not uber great.
What did I miss?
Nothing.
Nothing much.
Torn will like awkwardly drop the rope that he was holding connecting Nikos.
I'll start to untie myself and collect the rope back up.
You realize the about 15 feet of that 50-foot rope is very frayed and was already starting to melt and come close to snapping at a few points.
Add that to the list of things to mend on the long rest. I'm gonna go scavenge ammo off this guy to top myself up. And did he have other drum mags?
He had 1 drum mag in the gun and 1 drum mag on his hip.
Oh no.
Alright, I'm taking... You know, fuck it. I'm gonna loot the 2 guys with the Thompsons for their drum mags.
Torn's gonna limp north.
The first knoll that you look through, you find 1 full drum mag on his hip, and you find another drum mag in his gun with only 20 rounds in it.
Okay, I'll take that 20 rounds, throw it into my 30. And yeah, and I'll take the 2 drum mags and stow them just in my pack, just to have.
Sounds good. The 2 of you come walking up. You oh, what's up?
Yeah, I'll do the same on the other one.
Alright. Add yourself another 50-round drum and another 20-round drum. As
I'm gonna add myself two extra full drums and 2 empty drums.
Oh my god. The 2 of you come walking up. The kobold is kind of not very greatly, trying to apply the kind of packing bandage to his side and trying to pour like some of the sulfa. Not really sure exactly how the IFAK's supposed to work, but he's trying his best to like bandage over the hole where he got shot. Hachu's just kind of leisurely hanging out next to him, and you got Leroy a little bit down the path, kind of looking a little tattered as well.
Is everybody okay? Do I need to keep shitting?
We're done.
It's good.
Like,
It's
I got
done.
it back.
Torin's gonna look at this kobold.
He looks back
You.
at you.
What's your name?
Vin,
What was your arrangement with the captain?
to do what he say?
What was your pay?
Pay?
I see. You're mine now.
Roll me charisma.
Slaves. Kobold keeping slaves. Yankee keeping slaves. Oh, I'm gonna have fun with this.
You're
God,
telling
alright,
me the most profitable slave owner in the Union was a black man? Wait, what?
Fuck.
You're fucked now. Oh, we're
I'll
gonna
allow you
grant
to
an
re-roll that
honorary
one.
citizenship. To
I'll
the
allow you to
Confederate
re-roll that
States.
one.
Okay.
Hang on. Don't re-roll it yet. Let me see.
Because you are third wave kobold, and he is technically looking
No, I
upwards
can't
towards you.
Never mind, I can't use it.
Oh. Okay.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna start fixing up the kobold, showing him how to use the fucking IFAK.
Alright. He kind of looks to you, and he's a bit confused. He stammers and steps back just a little bit as you approach Peter, looking as you do. As you start to show him like how it works, he's kind of raising one arm up, his other hand's like shaking just a little bit, and kind of looks back over towards you.
Hold still. Hold still. Hold still.
You... New captain?
New captain.
Call...
You'll be paid. You'll be fed.
Call captain?
Sure.
He kind of straightens his back just a little bit as you address it and kind of get it properly set to him. And he kind of looks back towards you and gives a nod, Torn. What do for captain?
Stay with us for now. Do what I say. Go find yourself a gun. There's plenty around here. A good one. Not that thing.
Kind of looks over
Point him over to
one
one of
side,
the Lewis guns.
walks over, staggers a bit, hefts up the Lewis gun, turns around, and kind of comes carrying it over towards you. One hand under the stock, the other hand under the cooling shroud, and just kind of
Yeah.
holds it there awkwardly.
Good enough. All right, stick around.
Make sure he gets the
Okay.
ammo. I'm gonna search the
name again?
remains of the.
Vin.
Finn, right.
Torin's just gonna walk away.
He just kind of stands there holding it, kind of looks at the bandage, looks at the gun, looks back up at you guys, and is just kind of awestruck and not really sure what to do.
Make sure you get the ammo.
You also listen to any of them.
They not captain.
Everyone but Leroy. Don't listen to that guy. Listen to everyone else though.
Leroy.
Yes, he is not to be listened to.
Who?
Make sure you point at me so he.
Who's
Yeah,
Leroy?
he's pointing. Torin's pointing.
I'm the fucker with the big gun that told you should have stayed put or gone the other way. I got a bullet for you too, whenever you want it.
He goes a little bit wide-eyed before slowly staggering, kind of turns on a heel, runs over, sets the Lewis gun down a little haphazardly upside down as he starts to root through the other kobold for ammo, putting it on his person.
I'm gonna search the tort for anything of value.
Well, you have
Or
give me investigation.
Informational value. Informational value as well as
Oh yeah, Torn's gonna reload. his
literal
bar.
value.
All right. Torn steps over and starts to reload. What you're looking through, Peter, is the top half of the back part of the shell and the remainder of the viscera that was once some of their torso. As far as intelligence, he liked the traditional Spanish red and yellow when he did have a uniform that wasn't in pieces everywhere.
Sorry, I blew him up.
All right. Do your sword survive?
Give me perception. It is nowhere to be seen.
Oh well. No, I'm gonna come over to Vin, and I'm gonna say, what did they pay your old captain for coming after us?
He not paid. No coin. There's no coin.
What was your incentive, you little shit?
Captain
Maybe
say
some
so.
payment later.
Captain say attack Kobold and Yanti and Greek. We not ask.
I'm gonna gesture at the two boats and say, are these yours? Or were these yours?
Mine? No.
Captains, I mean.
He kind of looks a little reluctant to answer, but gives two quick nods eventually.
How do you like that? Looks like we got ourselves two boats.
I would like to beg your pardon. I do believe you can have one boat. Salam alaikum. Apologies once again, as well, his token is still missing because I can't find the damn thing somewhere in my folder. You see the centaur cataphract comes quickly running his way around and approaches you, Peter, with 4 other cataphracts fully armored and plated up, chainmail hanging down their sides, shield and spear in hand, flanking them to either side. As he looks a little hurried, his helmet is under his arm. And he's kind of taking note and counting like all the bodies and the damage and the impact everywhere. You killed all of them, it seems.
Yep.
Didn't exactly have a choice. We gave them every chance.
Did they fire first?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You
Totally.
wouldn't lie to me, would you?
Nope.
And when they fired first, you fired back and killed them all.
All of them.
I mean, there were bullets, there were grenades,
He
there
s-
were a lot of things going on.
He squints just a little bit at the remains of the turtle. Then you see his eyes widen up just some. Gives a nice smile. Very well. Feel free to rename this boat as compensation for I must apologize for this happening. First the French harassing you and then this crew attacking you. I do apologize. Consider the boat on the right yours. I feel this may answer your need for a charter.
This one, I presume.
Yep.
Who was this dwarf?
Well, I do believe these ships belonged to... And you see him kind of step to the side. He very leisurely hands his helmet and shield over to one of the other cataphracts who take it quickly. And he walks his way over and walks along the little platform along the dock. looks at the side of it, gives a couple nods, turns around, his hooves kind of creaking the wood and clacking as he gets to the stone. I do believe this is belonging to one of the caliphates down in Egypt.
Not anymore.
Well, quite obviously. I will ascertain the other ship, and I will search into who needs to pay me recompense for causing such damage and strife to my guests on my dock.
The French, probably. They're the ones paying for it.
You believe the French paid them?
Well, the captain outright said the French were gonna pay him to her, you know. So
Did the French say that? I don't remember that.
Captain said that at the start, didn't he? Am I misremembering?
He did?
Yeah.
You have good
He did. He
memory.
also said that he was going to take us east to the Atlantic, so he might not.
I
No, no.
believe he may have been paid, then, it would seem, to attempt to do away with you, although this is now making me wonder why your company is being sought after by caliphate merchants from Egypt. And especially why the French would pay them to do so. You aren't bringing more crime and damage to my lands, are you?
Yeah, they
wouldn't
shot
think so.
first.
I hope not.
If you are here for ill intention, I understand you are explorers, but you are rather well-armed explorers and archaeologists.
you've
Sure.
seen a thing or two.
If you saw the shit we've been dealing with day after day, week after week, you'd be well armed too.
I do not doubt that, although I have to budget, if you will, the potential cost of being within close proximity to you rather than just giving you free travel through my lands. I am not too particular in open conflict with the French occupiers. I am more a diplomat.
A diplomat can't even keep control of his own dock.
I was gonna say, then do us a favor.
Calm
if you're
down,
having-
Thorin.
If you're having to budget us, what I'd recommend is you put your money better to use greasing palms, spreading the word, and letting folks know that we're not to be trifled with.
Understand that my state and the neighboring nations and kingdoms and caliphates do not have the manpower to simply expel our occupiers. Surely you can understand this, Mr. Copeland.
And surely you can understand that we're not above leaving a pile of corpses. We don't want to, but we will.
I find that is very clearly made here, and you've made your presence known, but as I do not wish to openly engage in combat as of yet, under any circumstance, if I can help it, I respectfully will give you free passage along my river and its ports. But I will respectfully need to refrain from traveling with you. I hope you can understand. Will I also begin searching into why this particular merchant caliphate is taking interest in you with French payments, as you suggest?
I'm taken.
None taken. But I
I
will
will
say,
promise
sir,
if we
you-
find any info, we will have it sent to you, and I will be sure to deliver it myself.
Thank you.
Let it be known then, sir, if you succeed where previously there has been failure, we can do repeat business in the future.
I'll most look forward to that.
And I give him a knowing look, like I hope he understands what I'm insinuating, since he already seems to know who I am.
He gives a very understanding sort of tone and nod to that. Well, I suppose you should acquire what items you wish before any of the riffraff should show up or the French should arrive to collect on what remains before taking this ship and being on your way. I can only explain so much on your behalf.
I mean, I've still got some rounds left if I need to do more explaining.
Good luck explaining the turtle soup.
No, don't worry. We'll be taking the turtle soup with us. I did say I was hungry.
Magical combustion and kobolds can often be rebellious against their owners.
You trying to say he won't sit well on my stomach? Is that what he's trying to say?
I would rather you not eat the formerly sentient turtle.
I believe the phosphorus of said explosion may have tainted any chance of it being edible.
You going swimming, Torin?
I look at Peter. I look at Peter after he says that and point at the corpse of the formerly sentient turtle and say, "Bless him, Father, for he has sinned. Therefore, we may eat."
He's
They give
washing
you a
the gore
disdainful look.
off. Torin
I'd
is washing
rather
all
not
the
eat
turtle
a-
gore off.
Oh.
So
Sentient people, thank
No.
you.
No,
I'm
nobody?
gonna-
Okay, I'm just gonna take the corpse and I'm gonna drag it to the edge of the dock and toss it over. It can be chum.
I'm
If we
trying to
can't eat it,
bathe
the
here.
fish can eat it.
As you toss some of the chunks over, Torn, you're leaning over the edge, kind of rubbing yourself down in the not super clean water, but clean enough as you're trying to clean your hands, kind of mind the wounds that you got. You scraped your hand up real bad. As, give me perception. Nikos, want to roll me perception at disadvantage?
Sure.
Torrent's gonna lose his hand after all.
Oh, wow. Exactly
Wow,
the same
22s.
roll.
Yeah.
As you look over your shoulder, you see a rather large, not large because it's a big shark, but large because quite a bit of the fin is sticking out of the water, about 2 feet to Torrin's left as he's leaning into the water, like washing off his arms.
Shark!
You feel the slight snoot boop of a smaller kind of cookie cutter shark against your hand as you realize the full shark head is to the left of your hand and the fin is sticking up just beside you, Torn.
Oh. Oh,
No.
fuck.
And you realize some of the chum floating to your right side with Leroy standing there at the edge of the dock holding the chum bucket that he had thrown.
He's gonna slowly look up to Leroy, just kind of look at him.
Alright, don't look at me, sir. You almost had your hand bitten off, and now you're shoving it in the water where there's critters bigger than you that eat you for breakfast. Don't look at
Nikos,
me. I'm not the dumbass.
Sleight
Yes.
of hand, please.
Got it.
Thankfully, you don't have to react to it as you hear the water kind of separate and move as the jaws and rows of teeth rise up to try to snap at you. But you find yourself picked up by the back collar of your shirt and raised up really high and out of the way by Nikos, who plants you down beside him.
We're shooting the shark. Torrin's pulling out his pistol and he's shooting at the shark.
Hey,
Roll
we
me
can
an
have
attack.
something for dinner. We can have shark fin soup.
Roll me an attack.
Even though that's illegal in a lot of countries.
You
Well,
shoot
it's
the
not
illegal
shark
yet.
square in the center of the face as it writhes and thrashes its head a couple times, banging against the side of the dock before diving back down under the water and starting to swim away rapidly, leaving a nice trail of blood behind it.
Hey, that's our dinner.
We're still shooting
Oh,
at the
get
shark.
after him.
You're firing into the water, but you realize ballistics only go a few inches, especially if the smaller pistol caliber is. You're just making splashes in the water until you empty the or the magazine.
At
However,
this point, I
you do
turn to look.
see you do see 2 additional fins rise up really quickly and start rapidly pursuing that trail of blood and disappearing under the water as well.
I turn to look at Nikos and I tell him, you know, if you had just let him linger a little longer, we would have had shark fin soup for dinner.
No.
Hey, I'm not the
Well-
idiot that stuck his hand in the water after being bitten by a snapping turtle.
I'm covered in gore.
Okay, well,
Well-
take a bath in town where there's no sharks in the tub.
There's not a shark in the bathtub.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
All 5 of you give me a perception roll, please, as you're bickering and yelling at each other and trying
Hey,
to get
I'm
Torn
calling
eaten.
for Vin to come up to me. I'll have you know.
Give me perception.
Nikos here. Fucking
Oh,
hand
wow.
forehead.
Nikos, fucking...
Yeah. I'm just,
Nikos, Torin, Leroy, Peter, and Hachu, give me perception. Because he was right next to you.
I gave you perception. You need more?
Oh, Leroy gave me perception. I need Hachu's perception. Yeah. Let's see.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. Everybody notices, but you're surprised he still managed to get away. Standing up on the conning tower, pulling down the small flag and starting to disconnect it is the other kobold, who kind of looks
Oh.
over at all of you. Slowly
You'll know how to
disconnects
sail that
the
thing.
other ring. Looks back to you, nods a couple times rapidly. Yes?
Nikos, did you just
Good.
misty step up to him?
well, yeah, because I thought he was going to steal the ship.
He lets out a nice kobold yelp as his back goes against the side and his arms go
Oh.
up over the
Sorry.
ledge holding the old flag in his hand. He kind of
Is this
bundles up the
sail or is
flag.
this a little motor yacht?
It is a motor yacht. He bundles up the flag in his hands really quickly and then quickly just throws it over the side into the water and like raises
kind
his
of
hands
flag was it?
back up. It was a little bitty, one of those little signal flags, like a 2 by 1 foot flag. It was kind of yellowish tan, and it had 3 kind of black crescents and like a little trade symbol inside it. Assumedly, the Egyptian trade caliphate that it was part of, he was taking the standard down, and got absolutely spooked by Nikos, who just kind of bonjoured next to him.
I'd like to collect
about
the
that.
flag out of the water.
You're able to step over, reach in, and pull it out of the water and shake it a little bit. It's kind of crudely
Take it off.
made, but yeah, it's a thicker kind of cloth. It's a kind of tannish yellow, kind of camel yellow, and it's got 3 right-facing black crescents inside it, and what looks to be some phrase in Arabic that might be pertaining to trade or a name or something like that.
Well,
I take flag down for you, Captain.
And I make a new one.
we're here on behalf of the British Museum, da?
He kind
Or
of
is it Boston, you said?
lowers his head
Boston.
a little bit. You're British?
No.
Kind of.
Sorry to explain. We're from everywhere.
You said we're from Boston? In that case, I think we need an American flag, da?
Is that a good idea?
He's now American ship.
Yeah, but is that a good idea?
Is it a bad one?
Which American?
We should fly the flag of the Czarist.
Insight. DM, is that a good idea?
It's not a bad idea. And it fits
Ah,
your
is
story.
that a bad idea? Or a good idea?
It's a good idea. It's not the best idea, but it's a good idea. There's much worse ideas that can be had. It's a solid idea. It'll ward a lot of people away from you. A lot of people won't mess with it, but it might also draw attention of other people that are supposed to be on the up and up, as far as being prudy, being mean, being standoffish. You might draw some ire and attention. Nikos, I would like you to roll me a D100, please.
Four.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave this part to chance, because I'm actually kind of curious. Oh boy, okay. The kobold
It's not a
gives
good
a
spell.
nod, steps over, opens a little crate, and starts digging through what seems to be a bunch of cloth and fabric. And eventually pulls out a small flag, shakes it a couple times, and starts to pin it up on the rope and slowly tethering it upwards. as all of you see what looks like a Liberia flag,
Oh gosh. Of course.
and
it
he
would
kind
be.
of looks to you,
Flag
Torn,
of
and
convenience.
gives a smile. American?
No,
Yes.
uh,
Yes.
no, that's
Close.
no.
Very
That's
close.
The that's the Yankee flag. That's what I say. That's the Yankee flag nodding.
No, it needs more
pointing
stars.
back left.
No. See, it's red, white, and blue. No, that's like all the flags. No, it's got a bunch of stars on it.
Instead of what? Liberia has one, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. How many states does the Union have in this timeline?
It's like
One.
14 or something.
No, you would be looking at. Oh,
Oh, 'cause they have
boy.
California.
They have Let
They
me
have- like, they
double
have
check. Now that I
West.
think about it, let me just count how many Confederate states there are and minus that from 50. Give me one moment. There is 1, 2,
So New Mexico
1,
went
2,
Union then?
3, 4. Yeah. It only went as far as Texas. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There is 13 states. So you would have a U.S. flag with
37.
37 stars. No, 36 stars. Because the Coyote
Subtracting-
Confederation is
Oh,
not
yeah.
a state. So 36 stars.
Well, 47 minus.
Well, and Alaska and Hawaii aren't officially
I'm
states
just-
yet either.
I'm
That
just
too.
gonna point out that
Well, in
there are
the real
two-
timeline.
there are
34.
two-
34 stars.
guys, there are 2 separate nations.
Yeah.
Just making sure we're
Mhm.
pointing that out.
So
There's
you
2
take
separate nations.
50.
Yeah, that's why we subtracted
which
Confederate states.
At this
40,
time would
48.
be
Subtract
48.
48.
Because 2 states haven't been fully state recognized yet. Minus 1 from the Confederation, the Coyote Confederation. And then minus the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The 13 of the Confederate states.
That goes up to 34.
I'm going to put that in my notes. The U.S. flag has 34 stars in it at the moment.
Hey, Peter.
Oh, what do you know? That's the Civil War era flag.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Actually, yeah.
Pick roll.
Excuse me, Peter.
Ooh, actually, no, I like this one more. Blah.
Torrance just standing there looking at you with a half-flayed right hand and like bleeding and all fucked up and shit.
As we get on, I'm gonna bandage him up with the, when we find time, we'll do the short rest, bandage up everyone shit.
Alright.
I don't know. We're about to go on a boat. I'd say that's a long rest.
We'll be able to do a long rest here in a moment as you guys will figure out what's going on. However, the kobold kind of lowers the flag back down, disconnects it, and goes over to the crate. Nikos, you're able to kind of
Yes.
peek over as he's digging through the little crate up there. You realize there's about 10 or so different flags?
Any of the actual U.S. in there?
It doesn't seem to be one.
I'm not seeing a U.S.
Is there some
flag.
white in there so we can slap the right number of stars on the Liberian flag?
Yeah, who's just gonna sit there and sew a flag for an hour?
Peter.
Yes. It'll be pretty lousy stars, but it'll...
It
Close
looked
enough
good
for
from
our
50
memory.
feet.
Look at it from 50 plus feet away. He'll kind of grab the Liberia flag and hold it out to you as everybody is able to kind of board your newly acquired boat. And he kind of looks over. The centaurs seem to have brought over a handful of smaller satyrs that are rapidly collecting gear, bullet casings, bodies, and starting to pick up and fix the refuse while 2 other centaurs are climbing aboard the other boat and starting to look through it and squeeze their way in to inspect it. You already see what looks like a satyr quickly running across the docks with a white bucket of paint and going for the name on the back of the other boat.
So I just can't get over the fact of a Liberian flag with a bunch of "you tried" stars. So do it.
I figured because stars are usually they're not like printed on. Flags aren't printed at this point, so
Yeah.
tear the Liberian star off and cut it up into a bunch of little stars. and then
I know.
also get white from some other flag and use that. So
Just
the two colors of white are slightly different.
I'm just imagining someone seeing it from a distance, getting up to it, and looking at it, and just going, "Huh."
Eh.
What's the name on this boat?
Give me inspection.
Got it.
Inspection?
Yeah,
Investigation, I think you mean?
same thing.
What do you want me to roll for my craftsmanship on the flag?
Sleight of hand.
Nice. Torin's gonna finish cleaning himself up as best as possible in a slightly safer portion of the river.
Perfectly mid sewing skills.
It's passable at 50 plus feet, but some of the stars are a little crooked. Other ones are a little, like the two bottom branches of the star will be just a little bit shorter than they're supposed to be. One's slightly like 3 stitches too far to the side, so it's not really symmetrical, but it passes for what would be the 34-starred U.S. flag, or an excuse for it. Nikos, you peek over the back, and you find written across the back, it simply says in what you can assume to be Arabic, some ship designation, perhaps like a SS or something, as there's two what seems to be commas, and then
BMV
some
for motor vessel.
BMB motor vessel would be it's a very fancy but very short-looking Arabic word, but you can't really tell exactly what it is.
Alright.
Hi. I'm going to share the story about John Paul Jones's flag since I rolled a dirty 20 on my history check. Something which may be or maybe not Torin, though.
Torn
About
would
how,
be well familiar with John Paul Jones, I'm sure. But if
About
you want to
how,
regale the tale.
About how when John Paul Jones captured his ship from the British after sinking his own ship, and basically trading his for the British one, he had his flag shot away. And when he pulled into the Netherlands to make repairs, he needed to quickly make a flag based off only a verbal description of the current American flag. And for LARP's sake, I'll pull up
That's cool as shit.
a picture of his flag, which, if you look at it, you can tell it's definitely,
Yeah, we didn't have a standardized flag, so you said, fuck it, we'll
No,
make
this
one
was-
as what we think it is.
This was
That
right
one-
after they standardized the flag.
Not
So
gonna lie, that one hurts my eyes.
that's based off a verbal description of the Betsy Ross flag.
I'm just saying that hurts my eyes to look at.
They tried.
It's like someone did some art in Windows Paint, and then colored the border, the border of the outline the same as some of the items on the inside, so it just bleeds together.
It's an
We've all
alternate
done that
US
as
flag.
kids. We all did
You
that as kids at some point.
It's
Oh,
a alternate Hoi 4 flag for America.
You can tell that
Based.
you can tell that the verbal description given of that flag was that it was red, white, and blue with 13 stars in the corner, and that was it. Oh, and there were stripes.
It's pretty close, though.
It's
I
not,
mean,
though.
for a verbal description, but that is actually the first American flag that was ever publicly recognized by another nation.
That's wild.
So that is
Cool.
technically our first flag.
I'm the captain. I drive.
Fuck no. We're on the Navy. I'm the former Navy. No.
Hey,
no,
Leroy.
fuck you.
Real quick, before you two start arguing, go back to the back and look at what this boat's name is. I don't need Arabic.
Isn't Torin the one who's been reading Arabic?
I don't speak Arabic. This is the squiggle. That's what we're calling it now. Okay, since you
Hey,
have
Vin.
this is the squiggle.
Hey Vin, what was name of this ship?
Gives a genuine shrug. Can't read.
Of course you can. Look, I'll try.
Damn, what do I have to roll for this?
You don't have to roll as you're able to read Arabic pretty well. Let me
Fuck
DM
you.
you what it translates
you. I googled it. Fuck you.
Where did he post it?
No, he posted
In-game
it in
images.
In-game images.
Uh-huh.
Fuck you. Tom.
Torin just sort of leans back from the edge, puts his hand in his face, and then it just walks away.
Oh,
Well, what
who
is
is
it?
opposed? Is anyone opposed to renaming this boat MV Squiggle?
They named our boat. Boat.
Seriously?
They named it Boat.
This is an outrage, sir. When I was in the Navy, we had proper names for our boats. We're gonna
Like
call
Squiggle?
I shoot him a look because now I'm taking it seriously. So we're gonna name this beauty after one of the most famous boats in the Confederate Navy. Yes, sir. We're gonna call this the Alabama.
Alright. We want it in English.
Roll, Alabama, roll.
You try to transcribe it in Arabic.
Why am I not surprised?
We're gonna
This-
go out with the tide, and I'm gonna look at Peter and go, "Roll tide."
All right, Torin's back to it. The fucking
Branching it off.
Oh,
Fucking spelling out Alabama.
Oh my god. Alright,
man.
let me figure out what this will look like.
Nah, in English.
Oh, you're gonna write out in English.
Nah, he's not doing that.
Show us your letters.
Is there anything of interest inside the ship? Boat?
No, just fishing supplies, some trade supplies, a bunch of fishing nets, what seems to be a couple empty crates of like sackcloth and clothes, good amount of food and rations. Seems to be a lot of just bread and thick meat, primarily for feeding mass amounts of kobolds. You can assume one crate is the Knoll's meat locker, which just has a bunch of like pretty thick, sinewy meat of some sort to be cooked and ate. But
Roy, what
Sleight of
can you
hand
make-
for calligraphy.
yeah, give me sleight of hand.
Oh, perfectly average calligraphy. Okay. God damn it.
So it's not fully correct, but if you're trying to write it in Arabic, this is the closest thing you're gonna find to Alabama.
He's not trying
No.
to write it in Arabic.
This is an American boat now. We write it in English.
Oh, alright, yeah. You write out it's close enough, but the second A and the B are a little too close and touching at the corner, but other than that, it's symmetrical enough.
Damn.
The MV Alabama. Oh no.
I gotta
It's a
look that up.
Union
That's gotta
ship.
be the name of a real ship.
It
So is this
probably
boat? All right, nice. Is this boat diesel or steam?
It is diesel.
Oh, fancy.
Gasoline.
They wouldn't have run gasoline for craft at the time, would they have?
There was a Danish U.S. cargo ship called the Maersk Alabama
That was hijacked.
in 1998. Yeah, that was hijacked. Oh my god, I had no
Okay.
Oh,
idea.
in 2009. Is this the one from the fucking movie?
It is. It is the one.
Shut.
Oh my god, I had no idea.
Alright. I don't like this place. Let's get out of here.
Holy shit. I had no idea.
If no one stops Torin or fights him, he's just gonna pull him out of dock.
No,
Take
I'm
us
gonna
away,
stop
Captain.
you there. I'm gonna stop you there. I'm the only one of this group that has actual nautical experience, except maybe Hatchu on the riverine.
Nikos and Hatchu
Yeah.
kind of do. However, before you can stop Torin, who is at the helm starting to back you guys up with the little rumble of the tiny diesel engines as it starts to back its way out and coughs a little bit of smoke. You can't get near Torin because Vin kind of steps between you and him.
Vin,
I'm
can
gonna,
you?
I'm gonna squint at him and be like, "Your jurisdiction stops at the dock, sir. Can I help you?"
Captain say not
Vin.
listen to you.
Vin, can you pilot the boat?
Yes.
Doran, maybe you want to let him drive since he knows how.
Is he good at it?
Are you?
Man, are you good at it?
Roll me insight, Torin, as he looks at you and gives a confident nod.
I'm also rolling insight because I'm
19.
looking at it. Oh!
Torin, he seems to be trying to impress you whether he's actually good at it or not, he's probably not the best, but he's trying to step up to his new captain and be like, hey, look what I can do. Peter, he's done it before. He's got the confidence of having done it before, but there's a little bit of over quickness to like be of use to the new captain going on here.
Alright, I'm here to see this chart.
Gives a nod
have
as
charts with you?
Take us there.
there's a
Right
small
there, you see
little
that? Right
chart,
there.
but he kind of looks, squints, goes slowly back over to the wheel and starts to back it out, and then after a few moments kind of drifts, slowly applies the engine and starts to take you guys further inland from the ocean, going eastbound along the river. Roll me another insight, the two of you, as you see him kind of peek over at the map again.
You can't read, can he?
He seems to know what he's doing, Peter. Doran, you see his eyes kind of going up and down, but he gives a little bit of a kind of swallow, but then looks to you, gives a confident nod and smile, and looks back forward again a little too quick and starts to continue piloting the boat down the river. He's doing a good job piloting, but
We're going the right direction.
you're going east.
I'm gonna take Leroy below and ask him what he can do with all this food.
Thorin's gonna grab fucking fishing rods.
I'm a little put out that as a former naval officer, I'm being taken below decks. And so I'm not going to say shit to Peter. I'm just going to stand there with my lower lip sticking out, sulking. It's like, you motherfuckers.
Thorin is
Is
fishing.
a
He's never
current-
fished before.
As a current cooking officer, how do you feel about this?
Roll me investigation, Torn, as they talk about food.
Are we
Well,
screwed,
Leroy ain't-
or
Leroy ain't
can you make
saying
something
shit.
of it?
He's just standing there looking at Peter, just mugging him.
I'm gonna grab a piece of some of the random meat and wave it in front of his face. Would you eat this or no?
Investigation, Leroy.
Leroy's face is impassive.
He's broken.
Give me some
What do you need?
investigation, Leroy, as he waves the meat in front of your face. Somehow, I'm assuming maybe because jaguar is kind of similar, this is lion meat.
I mean, I see him waving it. I look at it. My face betrays nothing. I look at Peter. My face doesn't change. Yeah, it's a piece of meat. What do you want me to do?
I don't know if you can cook it or not, or if we should toss it all overboard.
I don't know. Ask Torin. He's the captain of this boat. He should be able to tell you. It's his boat. He knows everything about it.
He's so petty.
Clearly. Yes, I'm being Torin levels of petty.
As these two are having it out below deck in the kind of larger single space room, Nikos, you kind of peek over the side as you're walking along the deck, and you see fishing rod is kind of hanging over the side, and you see Torin with what seems to be a small tackle box that he has found, and is attempting to struggle with a worm and attach it to the hook in the way that he thinks it's supposed to.
Normally, you would stop the boat to do some fishing. Don't know how effective it's gonna be if you're trying to while we're moving.
What else is there to do?
Fair enough.
Sail the boat, Captain.
So fucking petty. You're gonna watch Torn for a while. Torn, give me a history check and a sleight of hand check.
Oh.
You remember exactly how Levencroft Sr. used to fly fish. He was a fly fish aficionado. And
Believe it or not, I have some
if you were
fly
fly fishing, you execute it perfectly. Except this isn't a fly fishing rod. As it goes a little too far, and the hook impacts against a tree trunk on the opposite bank.
Ah, guess I gave it a bit too much juice there, huh?
Looks like it.
Kind of start reeling it in after a few moments, kind of cranking it rapidly. And after a bit, you start to realize the speed you're going, you're maybe, maybe pushing like 3 knots down this river. Not the quickest, but it's definitely causing that little bit of like distant drag off and behind you, so you can't really see where the floater is anymore as you're trying to
You don't
draw
float
it
a
in.
fish on a river.
Or not a floater, the little thingy that shows like where the string is in the water. You can't see it anymore because it's hanging
Yeah.
back behind you.
You don't bobber fish on a river.
You're trying to reel it in. You can't see where the end of the string is. You just know it's hanging off behind you as you're reeling and reeling. And continue reeling it a bit.
Hey, it's something to do.
Because you're just kind of watching Tor, and eventually he's gonna recast a couple times and just kind of have some fun trying to do fishing, but realizing the fly fishing technique doesn't really work with this one, and eventually starts to correct it and do regular over the shoulder casting and kind of reeling it in, just kind of having fun with it. Down below deck, you still fighting over the meat?
I am a rock. I am a rock face. Mount Rushmore ain't got shit on my face.
You know, Leroy. You
You know
can
what?
talk with Torin later. Right now, you are the only person on this boat who actually knows how to cook.
That's not true. Have you talked to Hot Shoe? He might be on the other side of the Mississippi, but I guarantee that boy know how to cook.
Not as good as you.
Are you trying to butter me up, sir? Ooh.
No, I'm trying to get you to butter this up, and I'm gonna wave the meat in your face again.
That was good.
Look at Peter and say, you know, I can certainly say there's some delicacies out there, sir, but are you really trying to be like ancient Rome and eat just everything that crosses your path?
We have the food. Do you want to see it go to waste?
No, I have to admit, I've had camel before. We've had camel before. Are you willing to say are you willing to eat carnivore, sir? Because that's what you're waving at me.
I've had the bear before.
This ain't like bear. Bear at least is omnivore. This is straight carnivore. You trying to eat a carnivore, sir?
Haven't we done that already? Didn't we eat the fucking
Manticore
Griffin.
and the griffin.
manticore?
Manticore is a different kind of animal. This is non-mythical.
Manticores are 80% lion.
You're not helping, DM. I'm gonna roll my eyes at Peter and at the DM. I'm looking at you. And I'm gonna snatch the meat from his hand, go into the kitchen, slam the fucking door shut, and
It's really angrily cooking.
I am going to seal the breach. I'm going to seal the bulkhead. You're going to hear the wheel turning from the inside. I'm assuming the wheel's on the inside.
Probably.
Yeah, you're going to hear it turning from the inside, and you're going to hear very angrily chopping on a chopping board the meat. And yeah, clearly he does not want to be disturbed. And if the boat should run aground, he is still not going to be disturbed. So, fuck you, and fuck you, and fuck you all. So says the erstwhile captain of the Alabama.
I'm gonna come back up, stand behind Torin a little bit, and say, you know, maybe you should let Leroy have a turn at the wheel.
You wanted it?
He definitely, how you say, feels, jilted.
Why?
Because he was a naval officer?
What does this have to do with? If he wanted to, I mean, he could have. He didn't say anything.
You little shit.
Not to
Yes,
Torin. Torin wasn't there for that. He got caught.
Everybody was on the same fucking boat.
It's a big boat.
And bullshit. Does this look like a commerce raider? No.
The way I saw it is
But then
that
again, Torin is
Torin-
half the size of Leroy, so yes, it would be a big boat.
Torin genuinely missed the exchange between Vin and Leroy.
Yeah, he
Maybe
got
I
into it.
Maybe I should have put a bullet in Vin. God damn it.
He got into it with Van a little bit while the little kobold was trying to impress you.
Oh, I suppose I did tell him not to listen to Leroy, didn't I?
It's your fault.
Ah,
Perhaps in navigation matters he should listen to Leroy.
yeah. I should go have a conversation with him.
To
I
be
need to catch a
fair.
fish first.
This is gonna play out so well. I can already see this.
DM, is Torin going to catch a fish? Or multiple
Roll.
fish?
Roll me a d20 and add your charisma modifier.
Oh, so 1.
Look at that load. Yo ho.
Alright, let's see.
Because I'm going to leave
should
this
pro-
purely to luck.
That's an 8.
You should probably do it sooner rather than later, as right now I believe Leroy is making some kind of big cat with hate instead of love.
Oh,
As you're attempting to fish a bit, you've been snagging a couple things, but you don't catch any fish, unfortunately.
Did he catch the stereotypical boot?
A little bit of driftwood.
Torin's just gonna roll his eyes and like thrust the rod into Peter's arms and walk away.
Well, I'll give it a shot.
Roll your sleight of hand.
The hilarious thing is this boat probably has dragnets on it, but I can't. I don't know if I can dive into that in character.
Or below anyway. And you haven't been below yet. I
Yeah.
can't find slide artist.
Roll me a d20 plus your charisma modifier.
I just roll my charisma.
Or charisma, yeah. You see Peter take the fishing rod, cast it out. Kind of has a pleasant kind of aura about him as he starts to reel it in slowly and kind of lets it float. But he won't snag or catch anything as you guys are going along.
Vin, you need to let Leroy drive or something. He's upset. No, he's actually good at it.
Leroy, not captain, you say.
Maybe he's a good navigator and you hurt his feelings.
You tell me not to.
Yeah, I changed my mind.
So, listen to Leroy.
Only when it comes to navigation and boat stuff.
What is navigation?
Just of knowing where you're going.
Vin knows where we're going.
A second opinion doesn't hurt, you know. You've got the local experience, he's got the cartography experience. You know, you might make a pretty good team.
The what?
I'll be right back.
Map stuff.
What's map stuff?
Alright, Torin's going down the stairs.
You go down the little wooden stairs down beneath. You can see a lot of the storage boxes, some of the nets rolled up, and you can see
Vin,
the
can you read
little
the map?
bulkhead door. He kind of
And
looks
that's all
over.
you hear as you go downstairs.
Yeah, just hear Peter casually. Can you read a map? Yeah, you step down below. You can see the little bulkhead doors sealed shut to what is assumedly the little kitchenette.
Is it openable from both sides?
Yeah.
And through the door you can hear, I wish I was in Dixie, hooray, hooray. Wish I was in Dixieland and not dealing with this bullshit, hooray, hooray,
gee, I wonder where
hooray,
Laura
down
could
south
be.
in Dixie.
Yeah, Torin's gonna.
And
just
and
open
and
it
the slap, 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 slap of the knife on the meat.
Torin's just gonna open the door, like swing it open with the.
And
Dog the hatch. You can't open it.
Oh, he
no,
did?
You'd have to
I mean-
turn the wheel on the outside to unlock it, so you'd have a few moments of crank, 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 clink.
Oh, yeah.
well, in this opportunity, DM, do you think he should roll a dexterity save? Because
What do
something's coming through
you-
that door.
Oh. Yeah, give me a dex save, and Leroy, roll me dex check. Since this is a ranged attack. Torin, you crank
Yes,
the handle as the door opens. And you're looking off to the right, and as you look forward, had he been any good at throwing knives or hatchets, he would have nailed you clean between the eyes with a blade. But because he sucks at it, you get hit by the bottom of the hilt as you take 1 bonk damage from a knife that rattles to the ground.
You're about half a rotation away from killing me.
I guess it's your lucky day, isn't it? What do you want, pint? Pint weed? Yeah,
So,
pint. Have pint.
Peter informed me that you are a rather skilled naval officer.
I do have a former military career in the Confederate States Navy. Yes.
I understand
I'm,
that.
I'm staring at him. I'm no longer holding a cleaver, and there's meat kebabs on the counter.
I understand that Vin, you had a bit of a disagreement with the kobold.
I wouldn't say it's a disagreement, more as a. I was barred from the bridge because someone told him, "Don't listen to the Leroy. The Leroy is not to be trusted." I wonder who that certain someone would be, and I'm just dead out. I'm mean mugging him, just as I did Peter, but a little more malice.
Oh, he takes his job really seriously. I was not expecting that. So I told him to listen to you about boat stuff.
Non-committal grunt. And then I think about it for a second, and I get this slow smile on my face, and I hold out my hand.
What are you doing with your hand?
I'm still holding out my hand. Clearly, I'm expecting something.
What? How are you? Are you holding it out handshake style or like palm up style?
Palm up, like I'm expecting something from you.
I don't know. What? What do you? What?
A captain of his boat should wear the captain's hat. Give me your fucking hat,
Torin is currently not wearing a hat, actually.
you motherfucker.
He threw your hat down in the fucking ether,
Yeah.
and it's still there.
You've got a captain's hat. Someone, give me your. Where's your U-boat hat? Give me that. That'll work.
It's back in my room, Boston. I mean, not Boston. I came to college. I haven't taken any hats yet this time around.
You disappoint me, sir. And I go and I grab my pith helmet and I march past him without another look and I go to the bridge because.
What about the kebabs?
Use your imagination.
Not even to put them on high for 15 minutes or something.
Nope, it's in Torin's hands now. He's the chef.
Torin's gonna like
A little bit of role reversal here.
amble into the room and finish the kebabs.
You better make him roll for that shit, TM.
We'll get to those rolls in a little bit as a good amount of time will go by. Consider this your guys' short rest. Not enough time has passed for magic to replenish, but health and mags will have been able to be reloaded. As you make your way up to the top deck, and the kobold kind of understanding what's going on, Vin will step to the side and will very nicely...
Hang on.
Oh.
Before anything else, while Torin was down there, were me and Nikos able to figure out he can't read a map?
Oh, yeah. So a little bit of a time skip. As you're kind of looking at him, you quiz him a little bit. Can you find this? Can you find that? Where are we going? And you quickly realize after about 4 minutes, he can't read a map at all.
Oh dear.
Don't tell, Captain.
Leroy comes up. Leroy, do you know how to teach somebody how to read a map?
Well, yes, I do, but I thought we already had a navigator. Huh.
It would appear we didn't, and I think he was only supposed to be, what do you say, helmsman?
I carried large hook.
So he's a harpoonist.
You mean the anchor?
No, that's anchor kobold. I carry large hook on stick.
Okay,
Oh,
so
truck
it is a
kobold.
harpoon.
He's the retrieval, the retrieval guy, the fish grabber guy.
Okay.
You know what? Leroy, you want to try and teach him how to read the map as we sail upriver? Or downriver, whichever it is. I've lost track of what direction this river flows in real life.
From your position, it goes northeast, hits a mountain range, goes straight north, and then hits another bend and goes straight east for a while. You guys are currently on the second bend where it goes from north to direct east.
I'm gonna look at Vin, and I'm going to ask him, have you been on this river before?
Yes.
How many times?
Looks down at his kobold claws, raises 2 of them up.
How confident are you that we can get upriver without running aground?
Yes.
I'm gonna look at Peter. I'm gonna mean mug.
Have you ever been to Aleppo?
A what?
Aleppo.
There's no hippo.
Oh boy.
Here's the deal.
Have you ever been to very big city on this river?
Yes.
Okay.
How far?
At end of river?
How long? How much time must pass before we get there?
Kind of
Days.
turns his head, squints a bit,
Nights.
looks at the sun for a excruciatingly extra 3 seconds too long. Looks back at you completely unfazed. Sun moved not too much further. We should be there.
As of this moment, I am taking the wheel. Vin, you will stand near me with the map. I'm assuming there's a map table on the bridge.
Yeah. There's a little bitty, like, kind of tilted tabletop with a little, kind of placard map on it of the area.
Vin, you understand crew assignments, yes?
Yes.
Very well, you are now my first mate for the duration of this voyage. You will stand by my side here on the bridge. You will assist in navigation. I will teach you how to read map. And you will not listen to your kobold captain, who is no longer your kobold captain, until this voyage is done.
There is a slight notion that Nikos, Peter, and Hachu looking at him, you can kind of tell the kobold stopped listening after he heard he just got promoted to first mate, and seems to be kind of doing that slight base of the tail, like, wave left and right out of a bit of excitement, and is just aggressively nodding to Leroy before you hear him reply with a simple, "You, Captain."
Then you can only stay first mate if you learn how to read.
And if you don't learn how to read, I throw you to the sharks.
Yes, Captain.
Good boy. Okay,
Steps
so
over
now-
and diligently gets beside you as he starts looking at the map and trying to forcibly understand something that he has no notion of, but is kind of keeping to that. Torin, as you're down below, give me a nature roll.
A 9.
It's well, it's cooking, you think, but it's starting to turn black on the edges, and now it's starting to turn kind of grayish brown in the center, and
Oh.
now it's starting to turn more and more black, and you're not really sure how to stop it, so you're trying to rotate it more to keep it from turning black, but the more you rotate it, the more other spots start to turn black, and you're having a rough time with it.
Got it, we're eating rations tonight.
Yep, sounds like it.
As you're struggling with this a little bit, trying to do kebabs that you've never actually cooked before, but you know roughly what they should look like, these are not looking like it as they're starting to burn more and more, and you're struggling with it and trying to figure out, like, but the inside's not cooked, but the outside's burning. Hachu, Nikos, and Peter, since Leroy is kind of focusing on the map and looking at the wheel, I would like the three of you to give me perception rolls, please.
Okie dokie.
Oh,
Permission-
shit.
Can't have a good one.
Request for the DM.
Yes.
I am the captain of this boat now. Therefore, I can make them swap the decks.
Oh my god. Don't you
I mean, you
dare.
can tell us to do that, whether we'll do it or not.
Hachu doesn't quite notice because his senses are being assaulted by burning lion meat coming out from the underbelly of the ship. Just kind of, what am I smelling? As you kind of slink your head around the corner and look down below where you can hear Torin kind of struggling a little bit with the unfair task given to him by
Captain Leroy.
by Captain Leroy. However, Peter and Nikos, you guys kind of look at each other, shake your heads a bit, look out forward, and both of you kind of get eyes on at the same time on what seems to be a almost solid black kind of hawk flying overhead, doing sort of circles, kind of like a vulture does. And as you're going down this river, it starts to approach a little closer, and its rotations, until eventually you're directly underneath it. And then it starts to dive and bank to the left, starts flying straight towards you, and then violently jolts up and right and away. However, another object seems to be continually flying towards you, following the same trajectory as the bird flies off and away. I would like all three of you on the top deck, on the command deck, to make me a perception roll, please.
Damn, Leroy.
See, I am in my element. I am in my element on this bridge. Mm-hmm.
Nikos and Leroy, Hachu, you're a little distracted looking downwards, and Peter, you're a little kind of looking back, wondering what Hachu is going on about as you catch a whiff of the burnt meat. But Nikos, and especially you, Leroy, you kind of snap your head up and look forward as I move it over. You guys see what looks like a bundle of about 9 sticks of dynamite comes landing and rolling, coming to a stop right in the middle of each of you. As, I would like everybody to roll me initiative.
Oh.
That's not very nice, DM. I was captain for 5 minutes.
On the bottom of the screen is you guys on the boat. Ooh. How this will work is at the bottom of every turn, the AI will get to make their actions. At the end of every turn, the boat will be autopiloted by yours truly, Vin, allowing each of you to take your own actions. The boat will move exactly 10 spaces at the end of each turn rotation. Pending, you guys can make it to the top of the river. Once the nose touches the top of the river, you guys will be considered safe and out of the ambush. Feel free to read it and weep and figure out exactly who and what you're fighting against and what to look forward to. As
What, 3 turns then?
give or take. As we will pan you guys to the title screen, and we will end today's session there with the ambush along the river whose name I can never pronounce correctly, just in the outskirts of Aleppo. See y'all next time, bitches.
The airplane put down at the airstrip on a cold and gloomy day, and the 6 aboard all knew their homes were very far away. The strife that gripped the forest all around them was their plight. They knew that something out there wasn't right. There were creatures in the bush, and there were soldiers in the woods. There were zealots in the ruins. There was magic that's no good. Grenades were used aplenty, guns and swords brought in, and death. When it finished, only 5 of 6 were left. On the flight back to their quarters, the new place to be their home, the dangers of their future had been surely set in stone. The content of their briefing brought their purpose into light. These 5 strangers had been brought into the fight. There are stories of the Kobold, of Wilhelm Schwartz and Father Peter too. There are tales of the Hoplite, of Leroy Copeland and Hachu. And while the details of their past and trials were never meant to spawn,